What is going on, guys and gals and dogs that might be watching this? I don't know how you guys got the remote, but you turned it on. Thank you. Impressive. Uh, what is up, Jay? Going comics. Whoop, whoop, there goes my volume. My phone. Got to turn it off. It's a gift for watching or listening to Professor Pixel post some matches in sports ball. Apparently, the rumor is, I don't know if it's a rumor or whatever, Fantasy Four basically just casted John Malkovich into the movie, and speculation is he might be Red Ghost. You know what? I'm just saying he's probably going to be. He's going to be Doctor Doom. There's no doubt about it. That's just the way the MCU does lately. They just cast the wrong people in the wrong roles. So, anyway, but we're not here talking
It can't
about
be
that.
any worse than the other Doctor Dooms that they've had in the other ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your beard. There you go. Further away so we can't hear you.
All right. No.
All right. Yeah, so I got 7 new books, a facsimile, and then 2 free comic book day books, and then some trades and some back issues. So Zach's not going to be here. He's running late, so he'll definitely be late today. So we'll have enough time for everything. So I figure I'll go for 2 hours by myself showing my books, and then Zach will show up. I was in the running for Doctor Doom. I don't think so, Jackson Mike Kirk. Which one? The Roger Corman? The one that was not supposed to be aired? It's funny. But you're too nice and handsome to be Doom, Jackson. Have we seen him? I remember he was on the stream, but I don't remember if he ever went on camera.
No, I think we'd remember the shock if we.
I know, right? I feel like I backed up because I remembered I hide my beautiful face. All right, go with my number 7 for the week. Scorch. Just kind of felt let down with this book. It kind of pushes the narrative a little bit, just a little nudge. Art is, I guess, okay in here too. You're getting still same Steven Seagal art in here too, but it just felt really, really short for a book. But,
Steven Seagal?
Yeah. Steven
Wow.
Yeah. Steven Segovia.
Hmm.
Yeah. Steve got married. Anyway, but like I said, it just continues the story with it. There now, it's kind of like it's kind of like almost. I feel like it was basically like this is a filler. Now we're gonna set up to the heroes to be rescued by one of their teammates who hasn't showed up yet. But I can't complain too much. I'm paying $2.99 for it, plus 20% off of that. So I'm not paying too much. All right, number 6 this week, and I'll probably get flack for this from Zach, but was Geiger. It was all right. It was a story. I just feel like this book has been losing steam since the first volume. It's kind of basically. I mean, I do like the art here is really cool. Basically, Geiger is basically in order to find out about someone who had the same condition as him, who cured himself. He goes to a small town. The guy swindles him. He's like, "Well, either you catch this criminal who's been stealing from us, or I turn your friend over there, who's one of the former nuclear knights who terrorize everybody over the people, and they'll kill him." So Tariq having a conscience, basically goes after this guy, finds out that the guy who's been robbing, taking supplies, is actually he's basically trying to put food for his family. Very cliche. We've seen this before multiple times. So it's nothing really new. Like I said, the best part about this book is the art.
Oh, so he was just the guy he was just doing what all his people were doing during the summer of 2020.
Right, yeah, the Nuclear Knights back from the first volume. Like, I do like this. John tells the story. It's like, they're hungry. They haven't had any clean meat that hasn't been radioactive in a while. And they come across this boar, but then he leads them, basically led them to this little cave here, and like, oh, look at the little baby, the mama and the two pups, and his dad. But they have beans, but we can buy. Basically, it's like, we have beans though. We don't have to eat them. He's gonna. And Tariq says, well, we don't have enough beans, so they give thanks and they basically kill the dad, leave the mom alone with the hog. I'm like tugged on the heartstrings there a little bit, but like I said, the art has been exceptionally good. The story is pretty weak though. I guess once they get towards the rest of the story where it's going, I think it'll pick up. But like I said, compared to the other two that have been coming out, this has been the weakest link. Also, they did tease the return of Junkyard Joe at the end of this. So that actually kind of perks with my interest in this a little more. But this is the preview for the next page. Or the next book. So, yeah. So it comes out in June. Yeah, I said everything else in Ghost Machine has actually been better, but and they have been filling it in too on the map. For those who've been in the very beginning, they are filling up things that we didn't know about before. Like we have Red Ghost up there. So yeah. I don't know. Like I said, out of the 3 books, the 2 on the right are better. And I don't know. Like I said, maybe this will get better, but I don't know. It does have the Go-Go checks, and it is $3.99. It's not charging me $5.99 for this book. Like, so I don't know.
Looking forward to reading it myself, and hopefully I'll like it better than you.
It's like a Fallout Western at this point. At least that issue was, which does help a lot for the setting. After nuclear fallout city, it's been all these years since the bombs dropped. But anyway,
yeah, I'm not a big fan of post-apocalyptic or dystopian anyway. So I'm already, it's already an uphill climb for me. But I appreciate what they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. So I'm probably giving them more leeway than I would other folks.
This is kind of like a Western Don Quixote, sort of.
That's what it seems like. He's a guy who basically doesn't want to get involved. He wants to mind his own business, and people basically are looking at him, going on, "You can help us. You can save us." And he's just kind of like, it's in a sense, it's kind of like a dystopian Mad Max watered down version. Anyway, number 5 this week is Doctor Strange, Bloodhunt. Basically, this is continuing from the events. If you haven't read Bloodhunt, this is spoilers in here too. Well, we saw what for those, and then this is a huge spoiler. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you haven't read Bloodhunt, go ahead and read that before you read this, or if you're not going to read it. For those who have read it or just don't give a shit about this series, basically, Blade attacked at the end of the Bloodhunt. Attacked Doctor Strange, basically put a sword through his back, stabbed him. This issue, he turned Strange into a vampire. Literally just bites him in the neck. Yeah, I know, right? We saw this as recapping stuff. Bites him in order to, because Strange was going to do a spell that basically would undo the whole entire Bloodhunt, so they wanted to take him off the board. Turns him into one of his slaves, but Kalia basically ends up doing a spell and separating Steven's astral form from his body. And here, let me see here. So this marks the 3rd time that he's been dead. This past 5 years?
Oh, but he in the first time he met Dracula bit him and turned him into a vampire. But since he was the Sorcerer Supreme, he was able to reverse it. Yeah. But so who do you think It is masquerading as Blade.
Because I don't think it's Blade at all. And they've shown Dracula in another book that's out right now by Mark Russell.
So there's 2 Dracula books right now in this series. One by Mark Russell, and one by Danny Lore.
Well, no, the one that's out right now there's a Dracula series out right now. The one that's released. I'm not sure who's writing it, but
Yeah, that one's Danny Lore. What the hell did you get that for, Jeff?
To show me right there. It's what it is. But honestly, we get to see Hunter's Moon and Tiger showing up at the door. So that's kind of cool. You're getting in, and of course you have Miles stuff. I do like this because I am getting a crossover. The 2 books I have been reading by him has been Moon Knight and Doctor Strange are finally crossing over. So I've never understood why they were separate. They should have just been one. But anyway, number 4 for this week. Ain't No Grave. New Scotty Young Jorge Corona book. Actually, it was okay for a $6 book though. It's a 48-page. Scenery is good. I mean, art's a little cartoonish. It's better than Torrent, but this kind of reminds me of Torrent in the same sense. She's an ex bandit who settled down, got married, had a kid. Learns that she gets sick, and then basically she doesn't want to die because she basically only has like a year or so left. So I guess it's the 1800s, so they have no really cure for cancer or tuberculosis. So she ends up traveling, going to the end of the world, edge of the world, because she wants to kill death. So it's honestly, it's a Western supernatural. I liked it. I just wish the art was a little better. So it's Scotty Young writing it though. So I mean, the story has actually been decent. But I said I do love the coloring in here. Zach was looking to get this. He should have just texted me because they had like 20 of these on the shelf. But I don't know. There's some cool art on the back too as well.
Yeah, when I pulled it out of the bag, I thought some of my tobacco from one of my cigarettes had gotten in there. I was like, what is that? Then it turns out it was actually on the book.
With the Danny Lore one or this one?
No, the
you
look at the yeah.
He thought he'd spilled some of the booze that he'd been drinking when he fell off the wagon, which is why the only reason I can think of why would it buy a Danny Lore book.
So the great thing about this is the blood splats. I didn't even think about now. Throughout the book, she's coughing to a rig, coughing up blood. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool.
But yeah, remember when Chelsea Kane did it with period blood? Really, we're doing that again. She was
coughing up period blood. That's just weird.
No, she put that in the book.
And speaking of being the wagon, I have a special announcement here when it comes to my turn. So
yeah, you're been straight for sober for 1 day since you bought a Danny Lore book.
Yes,
congratulations. Have a golf club.
Number 3. I continue with this, Breen.
I picked that up. It's in my hold box or hold bag.
I thought this was great. I got reminiscences of Tobey Maguire and the Sandman, his relation with him in the 3rd movie. How they fought and they both were having a bad day in this book. Spider-Man realized, hey, I can just beat the crap out of you. I don't have to worry about pulling my punches hurting you. And they fight for the whole entire day, after he robs a bank. And at the end, they sit up on top and they just kind of talk things out. And he's like, talking about changing and stuff, and he's like, Flint basically says, like, hey, this wasn't so bad. You want to, I'll start over tomorrow. I'll meet you at this bank over here. We'll fight again.
Did Spidey in this one do the little goth dance?
No. No. Honestly, this is that because he fights. I mean, it's really cool battles. He fights him in here. Gwen Stacy's mom is dying of cancer in this book.
Yeah, the only problem I have with that is when they retcon stuff in the original Spider-Man, one of the pivotal turning points in Peter Parker's journey as a hero was he was beaten by the Sandman decisively, and he lost his nerve. And Johnny Storm came to speak at the high school.
So this is they said it takes place after right after like this. It's the second battle. The first battle the vacuum cleaner. This is the second battle they had, and then when they were going to meet up the next day. He said, but he said by the time we went to go got there, Johnny Storm defeated him.
Okay, so they reference that.
Yeah, they did reference that Johnny Storm beat him. So
all right, well, I'm going to read it before I get before I put on my cranky pants.
Honestly, though, I didn't mind. Like I said, if those who watch the Tobey Maguire movie, it's kind of Marco. He didn't want to be a criminal. Is kind of like an anti-hero in a sense.
No, I mean, nobody was. I mean, I was really pissed when John Byrne turned him villain again in the late '90s.
Yeah,
because I liked it. I thought his face turn made perfect sense.
So I liked it because he says, and we just talked, how about difficult, incredible, stressful our lives have become since we've been transformed to whatever Marco put it, whatever the hell we were. And he says, how terrifying the future was, and so basically at the end, it says, so when Marco says, what do we say? What do we say? We rest up, start over tomorrow, pay spank at Midtown at noon. Maybe you'll beat the sandy snuffing out of me. Maybe I'll pound you into web pulp. But just for tonight, we forgive and forget. They shake hands, and Peter says, I know how dumb I was to let a wanted criminal go. How clearly naive, but I was just a kid anyway. He says Sandman ended up getting captured the next day by the Gloria Hog Human Torch of all people. And you know what? When I found out, he says I felt awful. In Strange Tales 115. So there's actually our references to stuff. So I mean, I do like that, that slide scene of Marco, but the rest of this is basically the Goblin, the other guy, basically going after Harry, and like I said, was actually kind of interesting because I was wondering how you're bringing Sandman to this. I mean, are they gonna make Sandman sympathy case? Are they gonna make him like a really strong villain and then just retcon? I mean, so JMD Mateus is kind of dancing around the retcon thing, but trying not to change much.
Yeah,
which I respect.
I don't know. Yeah, I actually don't mind the idea of that.
Yeah,
it's just that when the pieces don't fit. But then again, it's like, why am I getting bent out of shape over that? If it's a fun story, it's a fun story.
And that's the kind of I've been having fun with these. Obviously, the whole Norma and his wife, everybody believes that she is dead, and it's because she apparently, I don't know if he was abusive or whatever. We don't know backstory, but no, or maybe she was just playing crazy. Maybe they both were, But all I know is that in the first issue, she found out she's alive at the end. She basically was manipulating this guy who became the first test subject for the Goblin Serum that Norman was testing on, and basically says, "Hey, if you help me get my son, I'll get you your cure, and you can go back with your family." And like I said, it's a very heartfelt book with some action in it.
What I'm hoping, if nothing else, that I know the new rules are women always have to be right, men always have to be wrong and evil.
That's my worries too. Yeah.
Now, Norman is a big player in the Marvel, comics world right now. Whoever his wife is not, never was, never will be.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can at least throw that character under the bus, because Norman right now, if I'm not mistaken, is still a good guy, right?
He's reverted back to be a bad guy again, as far as I've heard.
He did?
Yeah.
Of course, because Zeb Wells doesn't have any imagination.
Well, I think it's because people just can't stomach the friends of the guy who murdered his ex-girlfriend being best buddies with him.
No, I never thought they should team up, but I have no problem if Norman's sins are gone. If he's right in the head,
if that's what it was. Yeah, but that's what Cass knows. But he's I don't want them teaming up. But
right, because it would be too painful for Peter. So I never agreed with that part. But Norman as, if not a hero, kind of like what they're doing with Lex and Superman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But now, if he's just a blah ha ha bad guy again,
I think his sins returned. That's what it is.
Which is what I expect, because, like I said, Zeb Wells is a terrible writer.
Majority of the people who are in control of Spider-Man are terrible writers right now, except for Jonathan Hickman, who actually seems to be doing well for his the Elseworld book.
And Jim DeMatteis.
And I'm saying as far as the current
stuff,
this is never going to go back to the past. See the rollbacks.
If you want good Spider-Man, you've got to go out of continuity.
Yeah,
because that's the fact that Dan Buckley last week said we need to get Wednesday Warriors back in the store. Well, fucking give us a reason, you tool.
Yeah. You know what's? It's not Marvel that's giving me a reason to go to comic book stores every week. Well, obviously you work at one.
we want Wednesday Warriors back. Here, Danny Lore, have another series. Here, Saladin Ahmed, have Wolverine. Are you fucking kidding me?
So far Wolverine hasn't been announced. Who's writing?
No, it was announced
yesterday.
Saladin Ahmed. Some artist no one's ever heard of.
So it was yesterday they announced it?
Mm-hmm. And it was so underwhelming that the comic book sites sat on it for a day and announced it today. That's how that's how little it's just.
I don't know. I said right now. I've been enjoying Marco Cicchetto's art, and I forgot who the other artist is. I just saw that I was talking about. Perez, Populares.
Pepe
Larraz, sorry. Populares. Pepe.
Populares. I've heard it both ways.
Yes. So far they've been attached to, both have been attached to actually be some good writers, but anyway, as far as Marvel books, it is hard to find books that I enjoy. In some of the books I do find, I'm giving them a chance. Like with Bloodhunt, I have been giving a chance. Avengers gave us a chance because it's a tie-in. Not the normal team I'd go for. I mean, I don't care for Lady Hawkeye. Hazmat was interesting choice of being put on an Avengers.
I haven't seen her since Avengers Academy.
She's a graduate. She's back, and she makes a comment about that. They mentioned it too. Jen McKay is really cool about doing the editor notes.
Jen McKay knows his history. I'm not a fan of his writing per se. I mean, I think he's very average, but I bought Avengers a couple issues ago.
Yeah.
Because he remembered that guy from issue 201. I respect that.
And that's the thing. That's what's really drawing me to Jen McKay's writing. He might be the best writer, but he actually knows his history and actually can put out a good story at least once in a while. So we have the Pietro's on here too. Quicksilver.
Is that Hercules back there?
Yeah, it is Hercules. Yeah.
He's flexing for Bobby.
Yeah. So they remember the cards. Whenever you have an Avengers card, a hologram pops up. So they remember that. So Cap's basically calling out for Avengers right now. The current Avengers are all busy. So, and the only thing that was annoying about this book is that Alex Danvers kept saying she's gay. Cap's doing narration. I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier. We heard you the first 15 times. But then you get monologue or inner monologues from each member of the team, which I thought was kind of cool.
I thought you were going to tell me that Alex Danvers was in the Avengers, and she said I'm a soldier, and Cap's running out saying I'm gay.
A lot of action in this though. Hercules, and he pulls in it, and he's like, he has the sword of Apollo. So the sun-kissed sword of Apollo is a cruel blade as a knot as he cuts down vampires and stuff with it. And Kate just being there and just talking about how hard it is to shoot like a certain straight lines or whatever, because and so I'm like, can you stop with the innuendos? Straight lines are easy, point and shoot, but an arc is complicated. Basically saying Kurt, going outside. But Pietro there being the dick he is, and cocky, person, talks about how Marvel fucked up his history. How his ex-girlfriend and his child had nothing to do with him. You
mean his ex-wife?
Yeah.
He was married to Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal wants something to him. He says so I love he runs out and he says, like, so we're doing this again, are we? And everyone like, my father is a bastard and I take after him. Ask my ex-wife, ask our child. There is one person who loves me, my sister, the Scarlet Witch, a prisoner of those who have done this to the world. So I rejoined my other family, the Avengers, and I kill as many as vampires as I can until I'm able to reach those who have taken my sister. And then gets the hazmat. He says like, and I love her introduction. Like, just she's kind of like the Peter Parker from the Avengers. Kind of doesn't know why she's there, but she's there. In a sense. It says, I guess it was always going to come to this, chucking hazardous radiation at vampires under the eternal night. I mean, I went to school for it, for God's sakes. Fought one of those masters of evil, no less. But I palled around with Captain Marvel, and she runs the whole gang. I didn't need that. I don't care about Ken. Yeah,
because you gotta remind people that it's Carol Danvers' universe.
So take her advice, what she says. So I suppose I just better get accepted. I'm an Avenger now. God.
And I don't even blame Jed McKay for that, because just like when Kelly Thompson said that she had to make her girl characters girl bosses.
Yeah,
I'm sure that if you're writing anything with Captain Marvel in it, you've got to remind people that she's the bestest ever. So
they're in a helicarrier car, that convertible that floats up, and they're in. And I love Hercules when he tries to think. He's not. They kind of dumbed him down a little bit. I don't know if he always was that way, but he's like. It's like it says, Cap says, the vampires we've seen have been terror troops. They're not organized beyond causing chaos and fear, which serves the aims of whoever started this. But there's also an organized faction at work. The vampires who are dangerous, the wild vampires are dangerous, but an organization is even more so. They've begun running up people like cattle, driving them in herds. And so Hercules says, but to what end, Captain? And I love Hazmat. She's like, I think he might mean the blood genius, kind of like give him some lip, but yeah.
I'll answer that. The problem with Hercules' default personality is big and dumb.
Yes.
But that's not who he is, because he evolved over the years.
Wasn't that how he was with Amadeus Cho?
No, it might have come off like that because Amadeus Cho is one of the smartest kids in the world.
Yes.
But here's the problem is, most of the writers at Marvel today, and even Jed McKay, I'm a little surprised that he would do that, because he does know his history. Unlike most of the people that, listen, I promise you, Danny Lore's never read. She's probably written more Marvel comics than she's read.
This isn't a pass, but the only reason I can think you're doing because he's trying to make it a little more humorous in the book.
My point is, all these characters have their default personalities. It's like it ignored the growth. Yes, Quicksilver is an arrogant prick, but it takes talent to write him and not have him come off as a one-dimensional,
Because
I've Hercules.
I've noticed this though with whenever like the Marvel cartoons, they had Hercules and whenever Hercules would show up, he'd go against Thor, because of the rivalry, unsaid rivalry. But Thor was also written kind of dumb too, in a sense. Whenever he fought, the Hulk would basically, they basically bicker like, both kids, who is stronger, who's the better, and they've always caused problems where they actually go out the door. And instead of going to the door, they go through a wall. They create their own doors in the Avengers mansion.
Hey, that's what I'm
saying. It was because it was aimed for kids, younger kids. So this is confusing. Is this book aimed for like younger kids or like
no? It's again like
adults.
And this is why the guy that was in that stream, Crash Sheridan is his Twitter name. Even if you take politics 100% out, there's no way you can say comics have never been better than they are today. They're just not. So I mean, if you go back to like Dark Reign, all those miniseries, a writer the caliber of Danny Lore wouldn't have gotten near one of those. And now she's writing one of the most important ones.
I did like the fact that he comments, like, he's like, those who can't fly get in the car, and like, but I suppose you'll be faster. And he's like, and so he says to Quicksilver, he's like, you would think correctly, There's a little snark between him and Cap,
That's no problem.
Already, I love that. Quicksilver going through, and they come across Nazi vampires. So for those who know Marvel characters, you kind of know where this is going. Nazi vampires. So basically, like, what's his name? Quicksilver knows, what's wrong with your shield? why is it weird? He's like, well, this is my normal shield, as you could call. This actually has silver tips, on the lining, because Cap has fought vampires before.
Mm-hmm.
So as they're going through there, they rescue the people, only to be basically brought up in its tractor beam, and they're like, a shield helicarrier, but it looks like lightning bolts on it. And it's crazy because I was just talking about this character before, and the big bad villain for this story is Baron Blood.
What?
I know, right? Nazi vampires, Baron Blood. Honestly, I don't mind Baron Blood. I don't think I don't think he's overused like some of the other villains they have all the time. I mean, having Baron Blood going against Captain America,
he's proven to be very difficult to kill, considering Cap used that shield and cut off his head 40 years ago.
I know. So the silver shield, is that new? They have the silver lining?
Yeah.
Or okay.
That's because before, using his shield and cutting his head off, that worked very effectively without silver tips.
Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's Zach.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
He's actually on time.
I'm on Zach time. Yes.
Wait a minute.
I'm on Zach time.
You just did a wrestling theme. Methinks thou doth protest too much when you complain.
Yeah, I was going to say that's John Cena.
Yes, John Cena. Is he really a wrestler anymore?
Well, he wasn't really a wrestler then, but
yeah, no kidding.
I mean, he just helped Cody win the championship because Cody couldn't do it on his own.
I don't know.
Well, you could also say the Undertaker helped too.
What Undertaker didn't really do much, Undertaker
doesn't need to do stuff.
There was nothing. Everything that all of them did was perfect because WWE is perfect, and AEW shouldn't exist.
And speaking of perfection, number one.
Oh, I came in right at the end of his thing. Okay,
Avengers
great timing.
2?
Yeah.
Was Avengers your number 2?
Yeah.
Wow.
That seems like I missed
light week, huh?
Yeah. Because three. I only had 7 books.
What was number 3?
Only 7.
Number 3 was Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man. That's right. They had that Spider-Man series. That's right.
This is the cover B cover.
That's nice.
Yeah.
With what is that? Thundercracker?
Yeah, shows all the covers in there.
So
I passed up the Daniel Warren Johnson cover for the interior artist. So I like it when you actually have the interior artist doing the actual covers.
It's fair.
But I mean, Daniel Warren Johnson's cover is pretty cool. But I mean, it's the cover he had on there was just the girl, RC.
Just the girl. I don't think that's RC. I don't. I think that's the girl from the flashbacks. The one that's carrying, what is it, Rodimus, on Cybertron. I think that's who that is. I don't think that's RC. I think it's somebody else. If somebody knows better, they can correct me. But I'm pretty sure that's not RC.
Elita.
Aha. Battle
Elita.
Angel.
Yes, the E.
Oh, okay.
She's part of the elite.
Oh, gotcha. Spelled that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Transformers. Did you hear that a RoboCop could possibly be a Transformer?
Please don't make any gay jokes.
No, not a. He'd be Stoptimus Prime.
Stoptimus. Oh man. Oh, I don't know whether to boo or cheer.
I'm stealing that.
Zach, did you see how Aaron Sparrow's new name is on X?
Maybe I've seen him several times today on X. I didn't notice anything.
Is his last name really Sparrow?
Well, I don't know.
Or is that a stage name?
His name is I am Optimus Prime.
Oh, Optimus Prime! Hey,
he totally stole that from us.
He did. That's me, Aaron. I want my royalty check. I am the Optimist here.
Is he really Optimus?
And I want
if he hates
35 cents for gimmick infringement.
Oh my! Is it really Optimus if you say the movie sucked before they come out?
No. Yeah, that's right. That's not very optimistic. You're right. So not only is it trademark infringement, it's false advertising.
He is Negatron.
He is Negatron. That's right. That's right. I'm
Oh,
gonna
my
call him out
gosh.
on Saturday morning too.
So I like this Thundercracker. Unlike the callback, but when we had Starscream picked up a human, Thundercracker is like, "Oh, please!" The guys, because basically attacked the naval ship, and they're like, "Well, why aren't you attacking? Why aren't you killing them?" Soundwave is like, he's like, "Dude, they're no." He's like, "I pity your fragility, small things. Be on your way." He's like, "What are you doing, Thundercracker? They can't hurt us, leader." It's true, but they are pathetic. But they will tell their superiors about what's transpired here, and there can be no witnesses. And holy crap, he just takes out all of them, kills them. After Thundercracker spares them. This was a very Carly focused issue. If you haven't figured it out, especially with the main cover being Alita, and then but RC also is involved in this too. Carly with a freaking rocket launcher. This is why I don't like humans with rocket launchers. First we had Spike do it, or Sparky, whatever his name is. Right? Was it Sparky? Is
Sparky was the dad.
Yeah, Sparky did it first, taking Optimus, and then here she pulls on a rocket launcher and just goes to blow up the Decepticon. That's basically helping them rebuild their. He's attached to, I think it's called Terra 1, and they in order to take it separate from him, they need his is it, who is it? It's not Thundercracker. Who is it? Oh, I can't remember.
I forgot the name of the one. It's a Decepticon. Basically, he's hardwired into the Ark, and so they can't heal the Autobots while he's in there. He's like a firewall, basically. So they're trying to get around him, and so Carly's just like, "Let me blow him up," and they say, "No, we can't. You can't."
Skywarp.
Skywarp. That's it. Skywarp.
Yeah, because he's attached to it. And she gets mad because she sees a Decepticon blows up, but instead she ends up basically hitting the girl robot in here.
That's RC.
They have a heart-to-heart. But I mean, like, this book has just been fun. I never was a huge Transformers comic book fan. I know Jay is in the chat here. He's a huge Transformers fan, but like,
Jay!
I like the cartoon series, and I cared for the one of the comic books back in the day. But then again, I was like 12. So I was watching those. I was watching my brother had a lot of stuff. I had the figurines, but this has just been fun. They revive another Decepticons gets basically revived back, and Decepticons end up making contact with Cybertron. So I'm curious, and we saw for those who read the free comic book day Energon universe, they were introduced at Hot Rod. And
this one right here.
Yep.
Don't pay for it if you can get it for free. Don't pay for it.
Right? Yeah. Well, yeah. Don't buy the cow if you get milk for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but honestly, this has actually been fun. This has been if you guys are looking for an ongoing series to have fun with, Breen, did you pick up the first Transformers at all?
No, I'm.
Did you even try it?
You can get the trade. I think the first trade is out now.
I said it's not me. And besides, I just saw a picture of Mark Hamill and Will Wheaton together, so I think I'm just going to jump.
What do you mean it's not you? Now. Because, yeah, I did get it too. Yeah, the comic book day.
Nice.
Which is really cool. And like I said, just seeing all that in here.
That's why you need the Transformers book, Breen. The good imagery drowns out the cringe. That you
I personally have no interest in Transformers and G.I. Joe in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I know I'm missing something, but I want them all to be at the top of every month's sales charts, because these are the things that are going to save the industry, because Marvel and DC sure as hell aren't going to.
Honestly, I think G.I. Joe is going to. I did, you get in the back of this, you get the preview for Scarlet. The art was not the best.
I thought it was pretty good.
I think it's in this.
That's going to be a really interesting series. And
actually, not that's what it's in the other one release. They had the Scarlet.
Yeah, to the back of Transformers.
And I'm really looking forward to hearing your guys' honest assessment of that, because like I said, if Kelly Thompson was telling the truth, I expect this to be good. For me, the art was a little weird. For those who have watched the show Afterlife, I don't care for this hairstyle, but I know she's going undercover at a party. It's not shaved; it's combed to the side.
Yeah, it's not the half shade. Yeah, I liked it. It's not Tom DeFalco, but I think it's close enough. It does.
And she's dressed up. She's got the dirty glass on. She's done for trading. Honestly, this style, the look, the ginger stuff, it reminds you of the girl, the actress that was on Afterlife with Ricky Gervais, the British TV series.
I haven't seen Afterlife.
Go watch it; it's hilarious. And
I've seen it. I just haven't seen it in so long. No, it was incredibly depressing. I watched it right after my separation. I wanted to go get a dog.
I watched it.
Was that a preview of the first issue of something or something?
Yeah, it's Scarlet. Yeah,
the first 5 or 6 pages.
Yes.
That art did not look good. Or did I just not get a good look at it?
To be fair, the art looks exactly the same as you're getting with the Josh Williamson's Duke.
No, it's not Tom DeFalco. It's somebody. Not Tom DeFalco. Who am I saying? Tom Riley. Tom Riley.
Yeah, but I mean, in the same style. I mean, it's a little cartoonish. I'll show you the actual art for Duke. Let me get here. This is the art you're getting for Duke. It's still cartoonish, still in the same style as me.
Yeah.
Scenery's a little better, but the human faces are kind of the same.
Yeah, the backgrounds in Scarlet look pretty minimal.
Yeah. So, honestly, like I said, I'm gonna pick it up. I'll check it out.
Well, I said
because I kind of see I want to give it a shot. I don't want to be like just right off because it's Kelly Thompson.
No, I'm rooting for all those books. I hope Jason Aaron does well with the Turtles.
And Breen, you can just it's there for $16.99. You can get the trade.
Yeah, I that's not going to happen, but
you know what? Dang it! We're reading this on the channel. I'm going to make you read it with us.
No, I will. I'll leave the group. I'll be hanging with Zach.
That's right. That's right. What are you showing off old images for?
We'll be the ex-readers club.
What do you mean showing off old images?
Wait, ex-readers. He still wrote me in for Monday nights. I'm reading Disney comics now.
I still like this. When they introduced the Duke in the Transformers.
Although the Disney comics are pretty enjoyable.
All right. Either way, that is for my new books.
Oh, I didn't miss his back issues. Good. That's what I was really curious.
Look,
my girth increased. RDV.
Are you gonna do your back issues first, or after everybody else does the new books?
So I'm gonna say
facsimile.
It's a facsimile with the swastika on it. How the hell did that get through DC?
And that may or may not be Sergeant Rock's first appearance.
It says featuring the Rock of Easy Company.
Right, but there was another character right around the same time that also gets credit for being the first Sergeant Rock.
Oh, probably.
I had the book you just showed. I had
nice.
It was absolutely annihilated. But
like I said, absolute, as you had the absolute power up there.
Speaking of absolute, did you see he's going to WWE?
Who? The absolute
Starks.
Yep.
Well, they wanted to have him team up with the Rock, beat Rocky Jr.
Well, hope he's happy there because
honestly though, if he has wants to know what it's like to be in WWE, he should talk to Big Bill.
Well, no, Big Bill was very successful there till his substance abuse. They won't bring him there to not do anything with him because that was what Vince used to do. But I was really hoping that the Jericho, whatever learning tree that Big Bill's a member of would have led to big things for Ricky Starks. But Starks wants out in the world in the worst way. So.
I don't blame him. I mean, if he wants to go somewhere else, that's the joy of they actually have options now.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I think Friedman's going there too, and that's gonna
I really hope not.
That's lights out AEW if that happens.
I hope not. But quickly back issues. Since the other son's here, I need to ask him, does he have this?
Negative. That is nice though. I like Parasite.
That's beautiful. Who did the cover, son?
Do you know?
Oh, is that a question of me? I thought it was asking you.
I'm asking you. I know it is.
Is that a great one? Is that Gil Kane?
No, but it is a great one.
Okay. Well, okay, he's better now that I know he's not Gil Kane.
But he said a lot of shit.
No,
Neil Adams.
I was gonna say, this guy's better than Gil Kane. Yes.
And
but Neil Adams is better than everybody. So
That's true.
It's all right.
He's pretty good.
The first appearance of Punch and Julie.
That's got to be a romance book.
No, it's got
No?
them.
Oh, Captain Adam. And the all new, is that the Ted Cord Blue Beetle?
Yeah,
Not Dan Garrett.
Issue 83, I think, of this series was the first Ted Cord Blue Beetle.
This
Nice.
is 85.
Yeah, and
But you wouldn't be able to tell because it's just a black dot.
yeah,
I thought it was 86
unfortunately, Zach, that book is 4 figures now.
How did you get it?
That's not that one.
Oh, okay.
And that's modern. That's not even a Charlton. That's a just expensive reprint.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's a reprint.
but it's got yeah.
I was
part
to
of
say,
it's,
no way RDV found one that he could afford.
I can afford. Hi, who said I bought it? All right, but Breen, you'll be falling in love with this one.
Clint.
I love you.
Yes.
That is nice. I don't have that one.
It says 138. I looked up a League of Comic Geeks and it says it doesn't exist. They skipped.
He owns
Why?
a book that doesn't exist.
How can I stop him from marrying her? She's not his kind. She doesn't belong with him.
She
Because
belong- he
She's not his
belongs
kind
with
because
me.
she's Indian.
And he's a cowboy.
Racist.
Boy, the guy in there kind of looks fancy.
He does. He looks a little rawhide.
Well, he's got 2 babes fighting over him, so I guess fancy works.
He's
Yeah, I
got.
guess
Yeah,
so.
that's true. He's got to have
Yeah.
some kind of drip.
Well, Rawhide had women fighting over him. Too.
That's true.
Wow.
He just wasn't interested.
He was so busy slapping leather. Alrighty, and I got number 2 issue 2 of this about a couple weeks ago, and I saw number 1 for a reasonable price.
Holy hokey smokes!
Yep, I decided to pull the plunge. Get this.
Wow.
How much that set you back? If I can ask.
25.
That's
So-
not bad.
That was a $50 copy there at the store.
Yep, half off.
God, I wouldn't have let it get to. I wouldn't let it get to half off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fantastic. Do you know what else? What other? Here's a trivia question for my other son. Wake up, other son.
I'm awake. I'm listening.
Okay, that Jonah Hex was not the only key first issue that came out in that month. Another character has made his first appearance with his number 1 issue
In April.
same month.
In the same book or a different book?
No, different book,
Different
but
book.
April 77.
77. That would
Marvel or
have been-
DC?
It's DC the same month. I said DC had probably the 2 most.
Oh,
I can't remember unless
Is that-
unless the Joker fish passed it. 2 of the 3 most valuable books that came out in 1977, same month. And I said,
was this first issue in the DC universe?
It was first issue period, yeah. Wes, Joe, and I have retrospected this series.
Oh, I'm afraid to see who it is.
CW made it a series.
Did we read one of his issues?
It wasn't Green Arrow. Nope.
This past Sunday?
No, but we read one, and the person that read the main character got a comment and it was called a racist. Now, do you remember?
I can't. A little bit there.
It was Captain Frugal. Now, do you remember what it was?
Oh yeah! Holy crap! He's electrifying. Quite shocking.
Give Zach a few more seconds.
I
Black
mean,
Lightning.
Yep.
are you Zach?
Oh, that CW show.
Wow!
I was like,
Jeff
I know
was
Barry
something.
Allen wasn't 77.
Thanks for spoiling the fun, Jeff.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks,
This is why
Jeff.
you don't get invited to parties.
No. I'm so fun at parties. Can't you tell?
Jeff, I appreciate
no,
you.
we can't.
I appreciate you.
Oh, coming from you, Zach. That's no. Just kidding.
All right. Well, this
Hey,
next
We should
one,
stick together.
was I got it for $13,
That's not bad.
but it is a 5-issue series that came out through King Comics.
Kink? K-I-N-K?
No,
No.
King.
King. Breen should know
We
what it is.
was Kangs.
A miniseries from King Comics.
5 series.
Is this
Yeah.
what you were asking me about the other day? Like Mad Men or King Is that what? Was that you asking me that? Somebody was.
King Comics.
I don't know. It's you know,
Number 2.
Flash Gordon was on there for a minute. Phantom published through them. Popeye.
Well, you just named it, but I'm not gonna. But Zach, do you have an idea?
No clue. Oh, duh.
Oh, that's
Nice.
not
That's pretty cool.
okay. And I just brained you.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. See.
That's actually the first 10 issues of Flash Gordon were published on King from King Comics.
I can only find 5.
So it's not a miniseries, but
yeah.
And then it went to Charlton, and then Gold Key.
But I did my shop does have issue number 5 though. I'll go back and get it.
And for anybody that cares, we did not rehearse that.
Okay.
No, we did not.
And you want a Flash Gordon? Check this out. Ha!
Are your pants on? Oh yeah, shorts.
But look at that. That's Flash Gordon right there, too.
Hold on a second.
Flash
Nice.
Gordon's tall.
Holy crap, he's got color in his beard.
Yeah, that was 3 years, like 2019.
So just context, like how tall are you, Jeff?
About 5'7".
Okay, so we're about the same height. So it's, who was that? Who was the guy? The Flash Gordon.
That was Flash Gordon.
I thank you.
Oh,
So I thought it might have been an actor playing. I didn't realize it was a real Flash Gordon.
yeah.
You know, it'd be good when a great Flash Gordon back in the day. Mark Wahlberg.
What Flash Gordon? Since he's real, according to Jeff.
Yeah. No, he's supposed to be the $6 billion man. So
I decided to get another book that we did read on this channel, but we never got posted it. This is issue number 2 of that, and it features a Scorpion and a Destructor. Zach, who is that? It's a female title. It features a Scorpion and the villain known as the Destructor.
The Destructor?
This person did meet Spider-Man in her first issue. And Jeff, quiet.
Spider-Woman?
No. She worked at the Daily Bugle.
Oh, Miss Marvel.
Number 2.
Ms. Marvel worked at the Daily Bugle?
She did briefly before she went to go work. She worked for Jameson because he owned another magazine besides the Daily Bugle.
Margo. So I was so happy to get this. This was like $15.
I guess she's not a girl boss. By the way, she worked for him.
Did you recognize who drew the Flash Gordon cover?
I didn't even look to see it, but I mean, I want to say it's. Man.
Hold it up and it gets set off an alarm.
Holy crap! You're right. It is a Gil Kane.
Yes, it is.
It's right there in the bottom.
Up that lizard's nose.
It's a
with
Gil
the
Kane.
rubber hose.
Yep.
That's
and
cool.
Did
you notice
as far
that?
as I know, he didn't do any interiors from that series. He certainly didn't do the book.
So then, since I found issue 1 a couple weeks ago through this, I decided to get a couple more.
Nice. I want to say that's Bill Everett cover too.
I think it is.
How many Sea Devils are there?
Well, how many X's do you have?
How many X's?
No, actually, no. This is a Steranko cover.
Oh wow,
Steranko.
Steranko?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
This is right there on the
Son of a buck.
Wow.
Love me some Steranko.
And then, of course, I had to keep going because I like that one. I got number 3 as well.
A water buffalo. And a minotaur. No, it's just a dude wearing a bull's head.
Dude wearing a loincloth. And look, she's in the corner.
Corner box! Or corner
Right,
circle.
right.
Corner circle.
And then I skipped a few and got number 5.
Skipping. Oh.
Oh.
Human sacrifice.
Necra. Yep.
She ended up becoming the girlfriend of the Grim Reaper, Simon Williams' brother.
Did she really?
Yeah, in a couple of Avengers stories, and like the
Nice.
Vision and Scarlet Witch 12-issue miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
and then in a story arc in West Coast Avengers.
This is a John Romita cover.
Yeah, that one that one's pretty easy to tell.
I was looking to see if it says number 3 anywhere. Sometimes they don't sign their name, which really frustrates me. I mean, yeah. So, all right. And finally, I went to Adventure Comics.
Finally!
I know, right? And the new, only 15 cents, Supergirl.
Oh, nice.
Nice outfit.
I have to go back and collect the good 40 run it is.
It's you. Wait a minute. It's
that
an
Lex?
adventure. Jeff, would you not interrupt me while I'm nerding?
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yes.
Adventure 381 through 424. Okay,
Yeah.
now you may proceed. I am
Is that-
through nerding.
Is that Lex in the background? Yeah, I guess
I
it
don't
is.
Yeah, I would think so.
It could be.
Yeah.
Lex was messing with Supergirl a lot in the old Action Comics backup features.
What was his issue with her? I know that he didn't like Superman costume, his hair.
He wanted the date her.
Just because she was Kryptonian, but then he actually almost felt protective of her because she had legitimately befriended his sister or something.
Whatever her name is.
Lena Thorol or whatever.
Yeah. So, all right, and then lastly, the thing I got for $100, I got 5 cool things. And
5
Zach,
cool things
you should be
for
paying
$100.
attention to this.
I'm sorry, I was reading news. I'm sorry. Ah,
Volume 1.
that's Barry though.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
very glad you noticed.
You and Joe both.
I'm not-
anti-Barry.
And not anti-Barry. It's just Wally and Jay are better.
So this is volume
I'm still
1.
here. I'm still
Volume
watching.
1. This is the books. Ours.
Very nice.
I'm not a huge Barry fan, but I also haven't read a lot of Barry. So.
But these are the early ones. These have a charm all their own. You, Carlito, you. You're the reverse Carlito.
Reverse Carlito.
Yeah.
Like Reverse Flash?
You're who gets spit in the face
Number 3.
I'm the Carlito who
because
laughs.
you don't want to be cool. I mean, look at
Okay.
that classic issue you get in there.
Oh, that's
Reverse-
that beautiful. Yeah, the first appearance on
Reverse
Earth 2.
Carlito.
The Flash of
Flash
Two
of Two
Worlds.
Earths. Yeah.
That-
Where Earth 2 gets introduced.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call you RC. It's for
RC?
short. RC.
RZ. RZ.
No, RC.
RCZ.
Yep, volume
The
4.
guy who wrote that at one, I think, was at our first Comic Con, and Joe got a
Grodd!
copy of that.
I don't like Barry, but he does have some of the best villains.
Yeah.
He does have Gorilla Grodd and Captain Cold.
I just want to focus, but number 5.
There's my boy.
So that was what?
He was in
$100
one.
bucks?
He was in number 4, RC.
Wally!
Yeah, he was the little kid in the Flash costume. His
Yeah.
original costume was just
Yeah.
Yeah, I
smaller Flash.
I thought it fit weird. I thought it looked smaller, but I didn't
Wow.
want to say it was him.
You don't even know what you're not liking, RC. Ugh. I thought I had 2
Let's go ahead and
sons.
zoom in, but there you go.
Oh, just wait, Breen. You do. Just wait. You're about to. You're gonna
You like that?
Yeah, it's a-
reestablish ownership soon.
Okay, now this is kind of depressing because I had Flash 123. I had the one in the corner with the 2 Flash. I mean, holy crap, these are just great to see again. I've never seen these the archives. I've never seen 2, 3, 4, and 5. I've got the trades that came out 2 decades later.
I thought it was smaller, but anyway.
Well, Spiffy, that explains why he's already been through a life.
That's funny. That's good. Stop depressing our comic dad, RDV.
Okay, so Wally gets the costume and he gets his big giant head. 'Cause
Big
Wally,
giant head.
Wally has a huge head for some reason. He's like a little Martian.
Because he's a smart kid.
Is he a smart kid?
He's a smart kid.
And of course,
The first gay man in DC Comics.
well, he wasn't gay until Wally West was Flash.
Touche. But he wasn't
Did Mike-
obnoxiously gay, though.
Didn't Mike Barron make him gay?
Did Barry
I
make-
think Mike Barron is the one that reason why he's gay.
That would be interesting.
It started with Mike.
I can't blame him. Pied Piper is actually, he's not obnoxiously gay, though, so he's an okay character.
So-
Look at that. Yeah. Captain
So,
Cold Feet
so
League.
Zach, have you read any of these old Flashes?
I have not, sir. That is a negative. I know. Throw your apples.
Well, you don't
No,
like that.
no.
I don't have time. I have so many books. You see all this stuff behind me? These are things that I try to read.
Barry undercut. Yeah. See him
Is that
break
him?
undercover?
Is that him doing his best Moon Knight, Jake Lockley impersonation?
No. First of all, no, you buffoon. He's pretending to be Daredevil.
Okay.
That
Jeez.
actually sort of reminded me of Leon from The Professional.
Well, was he blonde?
Oh, Leon. No, he wasn't blonde.
No.
No, but I was to say, they are what they are. I mean, it's Silver Age.
Of
They're
course.
the same as like early Green Lanterns, early Justice Leagues, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love them.
I have
Yeah.
I have a few of these types of collections. I think I have maybe
That's a lot of
Justice League.
archives.
It's a lot of archives. Holy smokes.
Yep.
I've seen,
Couple.
New Teen Titans. I know my LCS has had a few of the New Teen Titans ones.
So
Yeah.
Of course, each cover look at this without the. That's what it looks like.
That's pretty nice.
Nice.
so,
That's pretty nice.
so if you lose the dust cover, just put it on.
I used, when I was a kid, I used to hate dust covers. I always took them off the books and threw them away. And my mom was like, "You fool! What are you doing?" And now I'm like, now I keep my dust covers on there.
And then the back. This is the back without the dust cover.
That's not bad. It's pretty nice.
Well, that's what it looks
Now,
like.
and now, Mrs. Richmond just comes up to us and says, "You fool!" And he said, "But Mom, I didn't throw away a dust cover." And she goes, "I know."
No, there are 100 other reasons that she calls me a fool.
You should always appreciate dust covers because eventually one will be put on you when you get old.
Yeah, no, that's a straight jacket.
Wait, you're not straight?
I walked right into that door. Right into it.
Or he ran into it. Hey.
Hey!
Hey. All right, that's it for my back issue stuff, shenanigans, and all that stuff. I'm going to eat my can of Pringles, and you guys can just do what you want to do.
What flavor is that?
Well, it's barbecue flavored.
Nice. Okay.
I don't do the weird spicy ones. I'm like, it's so hot. It can, like, I hate the advertising. This pepper's so hot, it can melt a car. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put that in my stomach, right?
Actually, your stomach acid could probably handle it better than
Hey, you guys ready for a shock? The hockey game's going into overtime.
What?
I know.
I didn't know Breen watched hockey.
All righty.
No, but
Which
no
one is-
baseball.
Which one of you hooligans wants to go next?
Age before beauty.
We're
Yeah,
going to Breen then?
No, I got
One of these two.
No.
One of these guys.
Jeff. You go next because I want to savor the wait for my son's
Right,
back
right,
issues.
yeah.
Yes, okay.
I've got a few.
And you're already going to be just busting my balls on buying a book who I didn't.
Whoa,
I
whoa.
don't
We
know who
don't
that
bust
writer was.
balls.
I'm not going anywhere near your balls.
We don't
Trust me.
bust balls on this channel. That's I Love Comics where they do all the ball busting.
It's true.
For
See,
free.
I didn't know who this writer was, so I have a kind of an excuse.
I'm just gonna kick yours up into your throat for buying a book by this person. But no, go
How
ahead.
bold do you guys assume he has any?
Well, but yeah, you know what? He probably to trade him in to get that Danny Lore book.
Yeah, I was gonna say he
True.
lost them.
Did you get the Danny Lore book?
He claims to not know who she was.
Hey, when you said Danny, I thought it was a guy, so.
That, to be fair, that's fair. That's
Wait,
fair.
no. Even when it says Danny Thomas, that's
No,
actually
okay.
boy.
All right, this is proof that Jeff doesn't listen because every time we do cover the James Bond book, the Great Punisher book by Garth Ennis disguised as James Bond,
Yeah.
Yes.
we bring up that 3 years ago, James Bond was a subservient bitch to a black lesbian in a series written by Danny Lore. We trash it every time one of those comes out.
They do that.
If
So
you
what
had
were
just
saying?
listened, hey, go ahead. I'm not the one that dropped $4 on a Danny Lore book.
Well, I know you hear saying it was the subservient bitch.
Holy
I just didn't
shit!
remember the name.
I missed the goal.
See, Talk shit, miss goal.
Somebody score.
Talk shit, miss goal. All right.
It was a nice shot, but he didn't score.
Someone scored a goalinator.
All right. And
Not in
then
this tri-state area.
here's something you're probably gonna give me a hard time about.
Do it.
Night
Just-
People number 3. That's the that's
Oh.
number 9.
I didn't get it.
I haven't
Yeah.
heard of that one.
So that's the one. The second issue was just absolute
Yeah, and
trash.
I did read the third one. The third one gets worse.
Yeah.
All right,
And
I
I
made the right
don't
choice.
know why I bothered. I guess it was in my box and I just grabbed it and
Show the art. Show
I've
the
had
art.
that happen before. I've had that happen.
Show the
Yeah.
interior art in that
It's
book.
just in your
Yeah.
box, and you're just like, I guess I own
Zach,
this.
look at his interior art.
That's not terrible.
it's
I've seen worse.
It's terrible.
I've
guy
seen
mis-
worse.
The plot is basically a guy mistakenly. These people
No,
are
I take
fighting.
it back. Those faces are bad. I take that back. Those
Yeah.
faces.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. I mean, that's just
So guys at a bar, Easy, whatever his name is, Easy Earl, and these two couple are fighting over it, and he accidentally shoots someone. We don't know how. It just skips to him on the run. Meets up this lady, well, we remember this. We could have had kids again. What you going around me? And she's like, no. And then he basically takes her $96 and he leaves. And he comes across this motel where everybody's dead inside, and he flees. And then he gets on his bus with his little girl. She talks his ear off. And then we learned that the bus got struck by lightning, and the only one to survive was his little girl. Oh, I was like, ooh, it was like, this was just stupid.
yeah. And I'm really pissed that I bought it. But
I'm
You
not
live and
pissed.
learn. You live and learn.
I knew from the second one, when I bitched about how bad the second one was last month.
no.
Ignore him. Continue.
Now this is number 8. I haven't read this yet because there's a little too much in it. I was gonna say this one.
Okay.
What is
but
that?
What is it? Yeah.
Dustin Weaver's Packless.
Dustin Weaver.
It's a compilation of some of his old stuff. I guess he's starting a new.
Did you say packless? Oh.
Yes, Paklis. It's
Oh yeah, PAK. Yeah, here it is.
When you buy Danny Lore stuff, you're packless.
I guess it's a whole bunch of his older stuff, and I guess he's starting it over again.
Yeah,
Or-
it looks like a series he started in 2017, and then it was going up until like issue 5, and then he took a break, and then issue 6 came out last April.
Yeah. This
Nice. Okay.
I still need to finish looking at that one.
Interesting.
987. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you got the Dracula
tell
one.
us all about it.
I thought it was the Blood Hunters. You got the Dracula one. Oh,
I got.
Well, I mean, which is better, the Dracula
the
or
Blood
Blood
Hunt. The Blood Hunters had a better cover.
Yeah, but it had Mark Russ on it.
I got a couple of a little ways into it, and it's not super great. Okay, now this. Oh God. Okay. This was from last week. They ran out because I was late, so this one came in this week. Now you were saying Blood Hunters number 1. You're busting chops on that one too.
No, I think my sons liked it.
No, Blood Hunters. I did not.
Hunters. What's the
that-
difference between Blood Hunters and Blood Hunt?
Well,
Yeah.
Blood Hunt is actually a better story by Judd McKay. That is Mark Russell. And
Say no more.
This
Hey,
is
Jeff.
stupid.
Jeff, see that book you're holding there, Blood Hunters
Yeah.
by Mark Russell?
Yeah.
Can I give you some advice?
Yeah.
Read
Burn
more
it.
Danny Lore.
Oh, really? Yeah. See, this one was stupid.
Oh, Mark Russell's a jag off.
This is stupid. Like
well,
supposedly, Hawkeye like murdered somebody. He shot some ambassador or something like that. And
not the first time. He already killed the Hulk.
and so he's on the run, but he's staying in New York. And you know how he tries to hide himself? By growing a mustache.
Mm.
And they make they're like a running joke in here, like, how'd he grow a mustache? It was hard work. Then look how stupid he looks. It was just.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Mark Russell, did you hear the latest X news? It gets better from Saladin Ahmed on Wolverine. Mark Russell is your new X Factor writer. So we go from Peter David to Mark fucking Russell. God save the Queen.
Yes.
Oh, goody. I just looked up and there's a commercial for Doctor Who.
The urban Doctor Who?
Yeah. Well, he's better
Breen
than
is
David
just
Tennant.
Breen is not having a good night.
Oh, I'm not.
Hey,
My boys lost their 8th in a row today, and they're heading to the West Coast to finish the season. Well, we're getting there, Jackson.
see, mine's the exception. They do the good stuff. I do the stuff that everyone else didn't get because it's
Honestly,
not good.
The reason I call it Best of the Comics Weird because we're not going to agree on what are the best books. He might find stuff that we don't like. He might. Hey, for those who like Mark Russell, more power to you. But I can't stand the guy. I can't stand his writing.
See, Jack's like this. The gentleman that's on the full screen right now. If he were in a movie, it'd be like, he used to sit on the bus and now he's driving it.
And he was used to be one of the people who wrote it.
I just said that's what I led with.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Let's mention
What kind of proves my point?
We're just proving your point.
No, Breen said, he used to ride in the bus, but now he's driving it, and he doesn't have his helmet on.
And I left my crayons at home.
You don't need crowns to drive the bus.
It depends on what type of bus you're driving.
But that's we're gonna make him ride again, I think.
Onward!
After Mark and Danny.
How do we know he's actually driving the bus? He could just be still riding the bus.
I'm just riding it in a different spot in the front.
Did you ride the bus to go drive that other bus?
No.
Oh yeah, God, what? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, Undead, perfect. One word description: smug, and with absolutely no reason to be.
I don't know. Like I said,
and I'm not gonna buy.
Like I said, Mark Russell's part of the Power Girl or Superman story, whatever it was that. Oh yeah, anti-immigration, pro-immigration. I was just like, why do we care about immigration in a comic book? That's a real life social topic that does not.
Yeah, for the same reason why we care that John Kent fights climate change.
I know.
Onward with the
Zach,
book.
Are you just into getting your head smashing your head against the wall with that suggestion right there?
What?
The Gail Simone, Jed McKay. Is
that the Jed McKay X-Men title, I'll give that a shot. Gail Simone,
I'll give the Gail Simone one a shot. Gail Simone is capable of being a good writer. Her Secret Six, I think, is actually better than her Birds of Prey.
Zach, who was president when that came out?
Bush.
Yeah.
Secret Six would have been Bush, I think.
Yeah.
Huh?
Bush isn't president anymore. In fact, there's been quite a few between that and now.
Is that why the Saints haven't won a Super Bowl since 2009 too?
Hey, I will give Gail Simone a shot too, but I know in the back of my mind, it's probably just gonna be a waste of $4.
Gail Simone has written good books.
People said that
thus she's earned a shot. Mark Russell has never written a good book, thus has not deserved a shot.
People said that her Batgirl was good, but people are also pissed that she brought Oracle. She brought her back to being Batgirl, and everyone wanted to keep her as Oracle.
So, well, yeah, and then the same people are pissed at Tom Taylor for trying to make her Oracle again.
I mean, she's been Oracle in the Detective Comics.
Wait a minute, did Russell did Taylor put her back in the wheelchair?
No, I don't think so. But he was trying to sideline her. I think
good. So, well, like you cultivate that fan base, you get what you want.
When Mariko Mataraki was on Detective Comics, Oracle was there. Even though she could use her legs, she was Oracle.
When James
but nobody's gonna get mad at.
When James Tynion was writing Detective, when it was actually good, when he was actually a good bat writer, when in the good old days when Tim still liked girls, she was Oracle.
Tim never liked girls. Get that on your mind.
Yeah,
sorry, Geekeasy. We're taking it away from you.
I'm good.
Go for it. Give us something to talk about.
Now
What
here's
other
something
comics
good.
you got?
Here's something good.
Show us something. We'll talk about something else.
Number 4, Geiger.
Winner, chicken
Not
dinner.
as good as I agree with what you're saying.
Boo,
It was
boo,
my number 6 out of 7.
boo to you too. What is it with you guys?
I agree with RDV. This one wasn't. It's good, but it's tiny different quality from the first issue.
It wasn't Bendis quality writing, but it was in the same equivalent as far as the writing was not as good as the art.
So what we're saying is, it's higher on the Geiger counter with Jeff than with Venkman.
Yeah.
It is leaking something, but not goodness.
Now, number 3, and I stopped my leakage, by the way. Number 3.
I already put a plug up there.
I hope so. Oh, you got one too? He got a copy and I didn't get one.
I
Son of
got a
a
copy too.
Zach, I got one, but I gave it to a needy child outside of the store.
Hey, RDV says there's 20 in his store, so
Yeah, I know he told me. He's like, oh, you should have told me when I was there. My shop had 20 of them.
they're
I
giving
just
them
had
away.
Here.
Do they make good fans, Venk?
Yeah, they're just
That's awesome.
I actually liked this book.
More than
couldn't
Geiger,
figure out-
it seems.
Hey, look, I'm reading.
Yes, thank
That's
you very
good.
much. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I wasn't sure where it was going until the very end when she showed up at the city. This kind of reminds me of one of the old,
What city?
the city.
The city.
This kind of reminds me of those old Clint Eastwood western
Clint!
sort of.
His book was designed after Unforgiven.
Yeah, and
That was part of the inspiration.
the cool Clint is in like Eastwood as opposed to Barton with the mustache. Thank you.
Yeah, the sad thing is, there's an entire generation of comic readers that only know Clint Barton as a hipster doofus.
Yeah, they use one page almost to show her.
Number 2.
Oh, you mean Zach Leaf?
Crocodile Black.
That's why he left.
Yep.
Oh, he's back.
No, I'm here.
This is a
I'm going to go get dinner out the oven.
Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Hmm.
This is a really weird book.
Weird how?
Well, the synopsis sounded weird to me when I read it.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it until I picked it up. I just thought. So there's a.
I stopped doing that. I don't do blind buys anymore. I do my research now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess there is a killer out there who's like murdering people. This is set back in 2021. But then you also have this kid who is. He's got. I guess his brother died mysteriously, and he's in therapy, but he's getting like time on his social media, stuff like that. And his family is all kind of treading lightly around him, and his dad's the sheriff.
So it's not about a crocodile, is what I'm picking up.
There was no crocodile rock.
No,
Boo.
But my
is.
my brief synopsis that I saw, maybe this is off, but I assume, and I'm probably wrong about this, he's wearing snake skin or gator skin boots, and now he's been possessed by the gator and kill people.
Oh, there's a crocodile.
Yeah.
A crocodile. So
Yeah.
he's got like crocodile boots, and like the boots are evil or something like that. I don't know.
Guess
I'm just making up stuff.
Yeah, it sort of seems a little bit like that, but he does get. And number 1, which I did not have the time to finish reading yesterday, which I will do tonight.
Nice.
Nice. You got the good cover, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one of the covers I got last week. Yeah.
Was this last week's?
I
Mm-hmm.
think so. Yeah, it's last week's. Yeah, it's not new. I mean, it's new, but it's not. But it's not like
It's fairly new, but it's not like it came out yesterday.
Yeah.
All right, now we had 4 books that we were allowed to get at
4 books.
Hey, my shop had the same limit.
and so
Ooh, nice.
I did not get that one.
I read it. That's okay.
it was worth the money. This is actually kind of cool.
That one was cool.
The alternate universe, if you skip through the Zeb Wells bullshit and get to the actual good stuff, it's good.
Now, are they doing a second? Are they doing a second Spider-Man series?
No. Doing Ultimates.
No, but the
one you're seeing there is the Zeb Wells Spider-Man, and then in the first story, and then the other one is the Hickman.
Yeah.
But
now,
then there's a third one because there's Venom at the end. After
this Ultimate looks good.
Yeah, it does. It looks really good.
The Venom story is the ongoing current Venom story with basically Eddie Brock's son Dylan, who's been.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's like I said, I dropped it. I was
Ultimates looks really good though.
Once Donny Cates was no longer attached to the book, why should I read it? It's like reading a Jeff Johns JSA and then someone else takes over and ruins it.
This is kind of mid.
Like Tim Sheridan's got to take over JSA.
And because you guys mentioned it, and I still haven't had a chance to finish reading this one yet either.
Nice. That was very honestly,
that was a good one.
That was my first Flash Gordon book I've ever read in my entire life.
And Ming looks different. No Max von Sydow.
Well, there's the '80s version, the movie, which looks totally different than the comic book version. Ming's daughter's in that.
Yes.
She's kind of hot.
Yes.
She has a curving bullet. I like that.
And then you go in and you're doing it. They said, okay, you can do 4, and then you could roll some die to win something off one of the shelves. I rolled it. They said, okay, you can get one off the first 2 shelves, the 2 lower ones. And so Dan Slott, Spectacular Spider, Tony Stark, Iron Man #1.
Wait, you went down on your knees for Dan Slott?
No, I just rolled some die, and they said, okay, pick them. I said, okay.
Oh, I think you went down to the bottom. Yeah, the bottom shelf.
The bottom shelf, yeah. But I didn't have to do it. They grabbed it and gave it to me.
Oh.
And I'm not even going to read it. It's sitting over there with my other stuff. Then I got a thing for 10% off. It could be like back issues, graphic novels, and all that stuff.
Nice.
And so I used it.
What's that?
You're up a little too high there. Oh, yeah. Nice.
And I've already read it. It goes all the way. It's through 1 through 8.
I wasn't a fan of the art, but the story was
No, because it's Ramada Jr.
Yeah, Ramada Jr. hater. They're good.
I'm not a hater. I just don't like bad art.
His art is good.
I don't hate John Romita Jr. whatsoever. I just don't think he's talented.
I think
He's one of those people that you're either one or the other. You like his stuff or you don't.
Yeah, there's not really a middle ground.
No, I'm more leaning towards the don't.
Yeah.
And then
I'm all alone.
My second one.
Cosmic by Jeff Lemire.
Jeff Lemire.
Kent.
Kent. Yeah, I know that name.
Matt Kent. And then this one.
Don't do Marina. Don't be a cliche. Don't bring up Bob Layton. I always do.
Yo.
Nice.
So this
my
was
hot
only,
take. That's DC's best Crisis.
This was marked down to $10.
No.
Breen came back just to shoot me down.
This was marked down to $10, and I got 10% off, which is only another $1. So
Nice.
I only paid $9 for this.
Very nice. Good price.
And I haven't started it yet.
That's a good one. That's one of the ones. That's one of the few events I can say the tie-ins. If you find anything that ties in with it, it's worth it to read.
Yes. And that is it.
Oh.
My announcement for today, the 9th. It was December 9th that I quit, first day of not drinking. Today makes 30 months to the day.
Yo, 30?
Cool.
Nice.
30
That's
months.
awesome, man.
Nice.
Congratulations.
30 months.
And thank you, Jackson. I feel the love. The love is palpable.
I feel like the best way to quit something is that every time you go to reach for it, someone beats the shit out of you.
Yeah. I need somebody
Negative,
negative
connection.
I need somebody to do that for my who was that guy? The Jeb McKay or whatever it is, or Dylan
Mark Russell.
Mark Russell in lower books, and my cigarettes.
Okay, we'll put those down the garbage disposal and turn it on and start time to reach for it.
All right, I'll get the cow taser.
By the way, Zach,
Yes.
Infinite Crisis was fantastic.
Thank
It
you.
really was very, very good.
Yeah.
Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's the best mini. That's the best one of its kind.
I figured.
ever
Yeah.
been done.
I figured. I just
Yeah.
like Infinite Crisis that much.
I have-
Also, there was a lot of the tie-ins. There's a thing called Comic Book Reader,
Mhm.
and it lists all the things that were like even what's the word, tangentially
Yes.
and there's like 200 books.
Oh wow! There's
And
even
so
more than I thought.
I wrote them all down. I'm trying to collect them all. Well, I was
Nice.
once upon a time.
Okay.
But I mean the first book with a tie-in to Infinite Crisis, something like JSA 32 or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of fascinating, all the things, and it was really, really good. So
Sure.
I mean, I can't. Yeah, I mean, I had to do that to, you know.
And I see
I
that
get
right. I have a Final Crisis over there, the omnibus over there. I stopped after 3/4 of the way through it.
We
just-
don't-
It's
Final
Crisis
talk about Final.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's the Bruno of crises.
We don't
Yeah.
talk about that.
Chris's?
Hmm?
There's so many Chris's around here.
Chris's? Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Pratt, there's Evans, there's Hemsworth.
The final Chris's.
The new Mad Max movie. I want to
Crises.
see that. Okay. Am I going next? Because I know.
Do you want to go
Breen likes
next?
I
I
know,
know,
Breen
I know
likes
you have a
to
short
wrap-
box to show us.
Hey,
Yeah,
you got a
true.
short box, I got a short bus. So ha.
Yeah.
Airlines,
Mine's-
Breen, how many
mine's
books do you
better.
have?
Yeah, Breen, do you want to go? Because I might take a while.
Well, I'll give Zach the stage tonight, so I'll go next and get it out of the way.
I know you
Alright.
like to be. I know you like to the Breen spot at the end. I know you like
Since
that.
I don't have any new books, I'll just show some stuff I showed last night. I don't know if anybody that wasn't in the Fossil audience last night, if you
I thought
were,
Fossil
sorry.
stopped doing Wednesday streams.
We had a reunion last night.
It's been a month. Y'all doing reunions already?
It's been 2, but
Has it really? Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
so I'm going to show a couple of polls.
Ooh.
I like
I
that
thought it was just to
robot.
boost ratings because ratings were going down without the fossils.
That's cool.
Here's a little Western.
Oh.
for you.
Why, Clint?
Which
I
top-
love you.
Which
Wait. Oh, it says
Tops
speed.
your love book, their RDD.
It says speed. I thought it said I peed at first. That was like
Another amazing stories.
nice.
Ooh. Neato.
9 weeks, says Jackson.
Thrilling wonder stories.
What's wonderful is how that top is staying on.
So 9 weeks, Jackson. You not don't feel bad. I'm a junior lightweight compared to Breen with his
Ooh.
time. Nice.
I love those old sci-fi
And the
costumes.
King
where it's like
Slayer.
a
Features.
fishbowl. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of those Ace doubles science fiction books that I should show someday. Here's famous fantastic mysteries.
Oh, I like that mystery. Right
Nice.
up top.
And here's thrilling wonder stories.
Nice. It's like you just went to somebody's like house and just took all the old books out from the grandma.
Yeah, it's weird. Yes, it
or
the
the weird part of the library where you find like the stuff. It's like this has been back here for 40 years, not touched.
yeah, 20 years ago, this guy died, and I may have told parts of this story before. He was a recluse. He'd been a recluse since 1987, and a caregiver showed up once a month to bring him supplies.
Yeah.
Well, he died about halfway through one of those months, and when the lady showed up, he'd been dead for weeks. And
Ooh.
but I mean, the chair that he sat in, because he was a heavy smoker, also basically was his own chalk outline from where he'd fallen out of. But anyway, he was a collector. He had records, books, everything but pulps and comics, as it turns out. But he had no next of kin. So the lawyer doing the estate was a good friend of my brother's and said, "Hey, you pay us to cover the expense of basically, which was $3,000, because come clean it out. You can have everything in his house." We sold one of the records for $5,000.
Wow.
But he had all those like dime store novels I've shown all came from that guy.
Wow.
But he didn't have pulps. It's a shit. He had like every issue of Billboard from like #1 through like the next 20 years. And it was amazing all the stuff this guy had.
Was
Anyway,
he liquid when she found him?
Oh, please, can we not
Oh.
talk about that?
I just ate.
I'm sure that was pretty gruesome, but yeah.
Well, I'm sure she was pretty bloated by the time.
Yeah,
9 weeks. Yeah.
Anywho, all right. So I did a My Comic Shop order. Were you watching last night, Vic? Did you see these already?
I saw a little bit.
Ah, cool. Jambo did a video because he found a book that I go, man, I want that. So this is all his fault. Avengers 65.
Ooh,
Nice.
lovely.
Here's number 72.
Ooh, Scorpio.
Here's number 82.
Yes.
Nice.
I love this.
Quicksilver way in the background.
And Daredevil's a part of the Avengers. Yay.
I love this period of the Avengers. This is the second issue of the new Hulk series. He got his own book in 102.
Kind of shame Daredevil didn't get a chance to be part of the MCU when they actually had the good Avengers.
There's a Vault of Evil.
Oh,
Dude,
nice.
So I wanted to comment on that because I saw you were showing these up last night, the Vault of Evil. My shop has like 4 or 5 of those in the back issue bins. They're sitting there.
I bet they're not cheap either.
Oh, $18 a piece, probably.
Yeah, I mean, this was like 8 and it's destroyed.
Wow.
Once I was looking around 18 to $20, I was just like,
Yeah.
I've never heard of it, but I'm sure Breen has.
Well, they're pre-code reprints.
Yeah.
Like this story, I mean, like this is a new cover. It's Jim Mooney, but the vampire, his brother is a Siamese twin.
Yeah, you
Or
said
so
that.
he thinks, yeah.
Oh, man.
But it
it's actually
turns out he ends up killing
Yes.
him, and he doesn't die. And he finds out he was just like a piece of plastic that he used to keep him together. So he got to kill his vampire brother and go live a life. Anyway,
Wow.
so this was the book that Jambo got that made me want to do an order. And unfortunately, they had another one that was affordable.
Yes.
This is the first Captain Marvel
Yep.
at Marvel. The next issue is the first Carol Danvers, which I'll be getting in my next order. But
The Black Knight's in there.
The villain, or it's got to be the villain one, not the nephew.
no, it's the hero.
Oh, that's the hero
from
one.
the-
Oh, okay.
Atlas era.
Because
Okay.
that Captain Marvel was, what, 70 something?
No, it's early 60s.
Okay.
64. But
Okay.
Okay.
Only one real Captain Marvel, and that's Shazam.
Yo.
Yeah, I saw you had that too. That's
Yes.
cool.
often
That's nice.
imitated, never duplicated.
Yep.
What a really cool story. Have you ever read this?
I've never read it.
I've got the collection. That's one of the
This-
books I need to read.
Yeah, this loser comedian who's with a gambling problem. Basically, he's into everybody, and the mob is basically coming to get their pound of flesh. Well, there's this other guy, this rising mafia dude, that's coming to pick up a payment. Turns out he's a dead ringer for the comedian. So the comedian shows up to beg for one more chance, and the guy hands him the briefcase with $200,000. And then a minute later, the real guy shows up for his payment. And then he finds out. So the loser comedian, goes, because the guy goes, I wonder if the guy knows that we planted a bomb in the briefcase. He's on the phone with his wife and little daughter, saying everything's finally going to be a boom. The phone booth blows up.
Wow.
That's the subplot of the what's going on in the book. Anyway, and I said Stranko art, can't beat it. Okay,
Yeah.
last two.
Yeah, I saw you got that too.
Very nice. Very nice.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
Who's the
that's-
artist on this cover?
That's Gene Colan.
Yeah, that is just awesome.
Yeah, that's because for some
I
reason,
mean, Namor is super muscular like Superman for some reason, but
when
He would be.
when Captain America and Iron Man, Submariner and Hulk all got their own books.
Mhm.
I guess there was part of it's weird. They did this once. One thing it would basically continued the anthology books, but the stories didn't end. So I don't know why that just wasn't the first half of the first issue of the two books, but I don't care. This is a really neat one shot, the original one shot, if you will.
because there's Submariner Hulk.
Yeah, but like I said, this the Iron Man story continues in Iron Man #1. Oh, well, anyway, and last but not least,
Nice.
first Nick Fury.
I love that. The bottom part, the X-ray
Nice.
scan, you see them pulling the gun out. I love that.
Very
Yeah, this
cool.
was what a cool story. It said 12 pages because they had to put Doctor Strange in there too. But I mean, a lot happens in 12 pages.
It
You
is.
see
Yeah.
that? That's the greatest action thriller of all time. Is it still though?
Well, no, but it's right up there still.
I think it'd still be up there.
I mean, it's.
Right up there.
I love when he's when the guy when Shield agent's giving Fury a ride in the car, and these guys come out of nowhere and they try to bomb the car, and he goes, "That's unfortunate for them. I'll have to dispose of their car or their plane." And he goes, "What are you gonna do? Wish it away?" And the guy basically goes, "Yeah, something like that," and just presses a button, and bombs come out of the car and blow the plane up. And but there's the first scene. He's making 4 LMDs. He's in the machine. He's in the mold getting them made. Still has a cigar in his mouth, mind you. And they send the 4 LMDs out in 4 different directions. They all immediately get killed. Now, I'm thinking, if your life is in that much danger, you're probably not going to last that long in your series. How come there was never that much of a coordinated effort to kill him again? But, yeah.
I mean, if he died here and he died there, it's like, so then all the enemies would think he's dead until they talk to each other. Like, I killed him. I killed him. They
But
didn't realize
in this one, the Nick Fury part of it is they're testing an LMD to see how well it would work as if it could fool people and think it's a real thing again. And Nick Fury shoots him 3 times, but there are 4 bullet holes in the LMD. And Dum Dum is kind of giving Nick shit for not being able to count, but he goes, "No, you're missing the point." He goes, "Somebody just assassinated me."
Oh,
And
geez.
so that's the Nick Fury plot of this.
Yeah.
So anyway, that
Very
was unfortunately way more money than I wanted to spend on 9 books, but it's still there's some really nice keys in there.
I
So
got 7 new books and I spent it all. Most of my money was on back issues. It was actually productive,
I
more
got
than I normally drop.
4 new books. I only got 4 this week. Alrighty. I got starting off at the bottom of the list. We got Shazam number 11. I got a stay of execution on this series. I was about to pull it or cut it from my pull list last night. This issue makes me hold on. I'm by a thread, but I'm still holding on.
Oh,
This
really?
this was a nice little. It was a lot. The story was a lot more streamlined. It was easier to follow than issue number 10. It's more. It is still centered around the family a lot. But the various story threads that they're doing, it has to do with Billy and not all of his siblings. They're trying to get them adopted by the foster parents. But then, like, his mom shows up at the very end of this issue and is, like, not wanting him to be adopted. So there's some conflict there. Of course, there's all the shenanigans that go up because their, like, house was repaired by the gods, and so there's shenanigans there. But this was better than the previous issue. So I'm going to hold on to number 10.
Is that still Jody Hauser?
Or hold on till number 12. No, this one, Hauser's name isn't on here.
Oh,
Campbell.
Campbell. It's Josie
Campbell and Manuela Lupacino doing, which the art was better in this issue too versus the last.
It throws me off because Hauser and Campbell, because sometimes their writing styles are similar.
Yeah.
I read the Mary one before you shoot Mary.
I didn't read that one. No, I didn't read that one.
Yeah, that was Kelsey Campbell. So that's why I kind of idea was coming up. I was like,
yeah.
It was an easy book for me to drop because that's what more money I could spend on something else.
Well, yeah, that's why I said I was about to drop it because ever since Wade and Moore left, I had noticed the quality has gone down. But this one, I was like, okay, I'll stick around for at least until the story arc.
On to his number 3.
We got Transformers number 8.
What?
Yeah, man. Look, this is a great book, but man, I tell you, man, these freaking robots making me feel things. I mean, that whole scene with Jetfire, and he can't transform, he can't see, and he's like, "Don't leave me, it's dark." And Optimus is like, "Okay, I'll sit with you." I was like, "Oh my god, Daniel Warren Johnson!"
Were you abducted by robots making you feel things?
Freaking killing me, Daniel Warren Johnson. What the mess, man. It's good though. I love it. It's great.
Right.
Number 2 book this week.
Hey, Breen, your phone light's on.
Oh, sorry.
I want this to be the main Avengers title here. This was more fun than any of the 5 or 4 other Avengers books.
That is the
they wrote.
Avengers. That is the main Avengers title.
Yeah.
I mean the main Avengers lineup. Excuse me. Let me rephrase.
Ah, okay.
I don't want the lineup that's the big one. This is the lineup that I want. It's not the best written Avengers story, but it's just so much fun. The lineup is fun. Nazi vampires are great villains for a comic book. Hazmat and Kate Bishop aren't written obnoxiously. Hercules is, of course, just like the heroic guy, and Quicksilver's the dick, but it's so much fun, and the art is great also. So yeah.
So we both had it as
great.
our number 2.
Yep. Only difference with my number 1.
What you're saying is Avengers is number 2.
Well, his number 1 is Geiger.
My number 1 is Geiger because I have taste, sir. Actually, and I got this cover. I got the one with
That's debatable.
Well, not with this. It's not. This was a great.
We know your taste in women.
That's a low blow. That's a low blow. This was great. I love the storytelling in this. I like the mostly it's a one and done self-contained story. There are elements of an overarching theme or an overarching story, but I do like the kind of one and done storytelling. The foreshadowing that happens at the beginning of it is really good, and how it kind of is mirrored as the story goes on. Also, between Geiger and his new companion that he's reluctant to have, Nate the Nuclear Knight. He like hates him, but then he still like helps him and saves him and stuff. It's a fun friendship or partnership. And so yeah, this was really good. I like this. Next issue, Junkyard Joe is supposed to return. So spoilers, it will be RDV's number 1 when that happens. All right. I also got, these are all my free comic book days, so I won't spend a lot of time. I did get the Energon Universe one. I was able to pick up one of these. My LCS had extras when I went in yesterday, so this was a 5th one I was able to pick up. The ultimate stuff in here is really good. I did get the Absolute Power. It was kind of meh, like Geekeasy said. This was a lot of fun. My sister was confused. She didn't know who Flash Gordon was. I had to give her a layman's explanation. And then this was the most fun I've had with a free comic book day issue in so long. I'm not even joking. Guys, this is incredible. This was so much fun. This is great. Popeye. I already pre-ordered issue number 1. I'm looking forward to reading that one.
What company's doing Popeye now?
Popeye is Massive. I think it's Massive Comics.
I've never heard of Massive Comics.
I've never heard of them either. But the guy doing it, he's doing the art. The writing and the art is from this guy named Marcus Williams. I think he'd done a Captain America story at some point. But colors by Rodney Velchez and editor Alex Garcia.
Massive that does Whatnot. That's what Massive.
They do Whatnot?
Yeah, Whatnot is their sub brand.
Yeah, but if you like Popeye, I feel like there's a lot to like in here. If you like Popeye, it's very manga. It's very like Dragon Ball or One Piece. So if you like outlandish action and fights and stuff like that, that'll be right up your alley.
Massive also has Zorro Man of the Dead, the new Sean Murphy one.
Oh, that's who. Okay. All right.
So Popeye's all about Olive Oil being a lesbian?
No. It's about Popeye and how he lost his... I didn't know that Popeye was missing an eyeball. I thought he always just kept it squint shut. But this is about how he loses his eye. And then Olive Oil is the love interest. They have little baby, Little P, or whatever his name is.
P.
Yeah, Sweet Pea.
They have a little P.
Hey, Popeye's not the father.
Bluto, Wimpy. What it is there's a reporter in here who's trying to get the story of how Popeye lost his eye. And so everybody's kind of giving her the runaround with this. Everybody like has a different version of the story. And then at the end of it, yeah. And so like, yeah, you see Olive Oil still like, she's like giving Popeye the eyes, and Popeye and Olive Oil are still the couple in here. And it's just very, I don't know, man. It's just like the cartoon, the colors. It's just so vibrant. It's really, really cool. And Bluto doesn't seem like he's trying to kill. Like they're more like an anime. There's a trope where like even the antagonists, there's like a respect between antagonists. So Bluto and Popeye kind of have that. There's Popeye, he's like eating his spinach, getting ready to punch this giant alien-looking guy. They give him the cartoon like he's winding up his arm. It's just so much fun. I was not expecting this. So, yeah, I think that's worth picking up. All right. Now, on top of that, my comic shop, they had like their free comic day sale where like a bunch of issues were $1. And I was able to find a lot of stuff from a few different titles. So I started to fill out my Avengers Academy run. So we got Avengers. This is issue number 3. And then we got number 8. This was a really good run if you like young superheroes. This is Christos Gage and Mike McCone. This is really great. Hank Pym opens a school for all these kids that were experimented on by Norman Osborn, and he's trying to get them to, be heroes and not bad guys. And then, of course, it tied into some events like Fear itself. And there's Hank Pym right there. There was actually a lot of Fear itself tie-ins. I was like, good lord, y'all have enough of these? Then you have Magneto, pretty popular guy right now. Then X-23 would join the team. They had the new White Tiger join the team. There's a lot of Avengers Academy. A lot of these issues I didn't have. So that's the last one right there, where it's like crosses over into the Avengers versus X-Men event.
I'm not sure if you have any of the issues, but my friend got into a letter writing back and forth with Chris Gage.
Yeah.
During that, so if you look to see if there's any letters from Jerry Smith in there,
I will look for this. I remember reading the letters when I was reading them digitally. I did read some of the letter sections. I'm starting to get more and more into those.
I give Chris Gage credit for being respectful. I mean, I had to edit Jerry's letters to keep him from going completely off the rails. But
did he ever write in any letters asking about like why there wasn't what's the name, like how Justice and Firestar and their abstinence part of their relationship wasn't given the same attention or level as like one of the gay superhero kids? I don't remember.
No,
I don't remember the letter exactly.
We all understand that there's nothing more important in comics than gay characters.
Oh, right.
I mean, we know that.
They're the Holy Grail.
And the difference is Chris Gage handled it better than others.
That's true. Absolutely. 100% true.
But,
excuse me.
And it's weird. This was before everybody was gay, but my friend Jerry was not a big fan of gays in general.
Gotcha.
But, they had respectful back and forth.
Okay. Right on. I'll go read through those. Next up, now we're past the Avengers Academy stuff. So then I found some Will Eisner's Spirit from Dynamite. This is from Matt Wagner and Dan Schade. And just started off finding just like a couple of random issues, but that was number 1. Here's issue number 2.
Nice.
Issue number 3.
But has he impressed his father yet?
Issue number 4. If I'm probably not there yet. I probably will be here in a little bit.
It's an uphill
And 5.
upward hill climb that gets it to your bigger brothers.
It really is.
Status of approval.
Then we have some Straczynski Fantastic Four, also featuring art by Mike McCone.
You're slipping, Zach. You're slipping. You were going so well, and then you just kind of went down a peg.
Here, I'm slipping down a little bit more. There's some weight in the Fantastic Four.
Wait, what does it say? What does it say under? It says
Unthinkable.
Unthinkable. Yeah, who would have thought you would get that?
I heard it was Fantastic Four. There's some more Straczynski and McCone.
And then you get the Ryan Moore that says Unreadable Fantastic Four.
Really? Not this
All
one?
right, now you got my attention.
Not Bedlam in the Baxter Building?
Now,
Not with Power Man?
I just gotta say.
Yeah.
There it is. Or what about this one?
Okay, well, the one you showed before, what was that? 168?
This one here,
Or
169.
169.
Yeah.
I started collecting Fantastic Four. The first Marvel comic I ever bought new was Fantastic Four 167.
Ah, okay. Okay.
And
So two
so
ahead
that,
of you there.
and I was really, really a fan from day one because first issue was the Hulk and his gamma rays canceled out the Thing's cosmic rays, and then he gets replaced with Power Man. I go, man, is it always this cool?
Yeah, this one I was kind of surprised that this was $1, but it's torn up. I have to rebag it. Maybe that'll make it look nicer.
That's very early. George Perez's
That's
first,
164.
Quote unquote big time assignment was Fantastic Four with that issue.
And then I don't know. I thought I did the older issues at the end. There's a few more Straczynski Fantastic Fours in there. I'm just gonna briefly go through. We don't need to see. Oh, that's a Mark Wade one actually.
Yeah, we do. We need to see all of them.
Look at that! Only 9 cents.
We will look at all of them.
And this was on sale for $1. It was originally 9 cents. And then this is more to make RDV jealous more than anything. But I did get some Brian Reed Miss Marvel.
The one on the right is actually the current Miss Marvel.
The X-Men Avenger Super Skrull. There's also this one. Another Secret Invasion tie-in.
Awesome.
That's a nice.
Right? Doesn't that make you want to go out and enlist? Not really. But
I already did.
Maybe.
No, man, it makes me just a little bit sad for how far Marvel's fallen.
There's some Grant Morrison here. We talked about his Final Crisis, but this is his 7 Soldiers of Victory. This is the first issue of the whole thing.
That stuff was a little better than I thought than the Final Crisis.
I liked. I read the Bulleteer one, or Lady Bulleteer one. I read like a few. I read 1 or 2 issues of the Zatanna. I need to get the rest of them. So, and then some more good golden oldie stuff. We got some Justice League.
Is that Voodoo?
That's Vixen.
Vixen. That's not I meant. Sorry.
Zatanna with the lobster head. Commander Steel.
What? Vangman changed that. God. Just change that.
And then we got
what issue? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
What year did that come out? It says
one?
up there under the price, under the label number.
This is January of '85.
I want to thank you for calling something golden oldie when I'd already been collecting for almost a decade when I bought that off the rack. So.
I didn't mean golden like the technical term golden age. That's not what I meant. But then I did also get this one, also from '85.
Thank you, grandson.
Keep digging.
It's in Justice League right there. And then I picked this one up, and I haven't read through it yet, but it's by Brian Reed, and I saw Chris Samney, so this is a Siege tie-in embedded. I saw Samney and Reed, and I was like, oh, it must be good. So it was $1. So I picked that one up.
It was.
And then the last thing I got from the LCS was I got this trade paperback. I didn't know anything about it, but it was $5, and the writer was Joe Casey. And we've been talking about Joe Casey recently. So I picked up this book called The Last Defenders. And it's got Colossus, Nighthawk, She-Hulk. And I thought it was Ghost Rider, but it is not. It is the Blazing Skull at the bottom. So, plus it had She-Hulk. So it's like, She-Hulk before Civil War must be good. I would assume it would be good. So, now those were all from my LCS. Little did I know that I was going to get my shipment in from one Mr. Englentine after God knows how long. So I got some Spider-Woman, issue number 12. There we go. That's
nice hair.
That's what nice hair. Yes, that's what we're looking at. We got some more Fantastic Four. I really like this run with She-Hulk on the team. So this is 271.
Is that a burn?
This was burn. This was the burn years. Yeah.
Yep.
Got some All-Star Super Squad.
Nice.
Where's AOC?
Not that squad. Not that squad.
He used to have a channel.
Not that one. We got some more Fantastic Four.
Some Iron Man on
with She-Thing on there and Ben Grimm.
Indiana Jones, Ben Grimm.
Indiana Jones Grimm, yeah. That's I know what this is gonna bring about, but I'm gonna show y'all anyway. Fantastic Four. 292.
It's,
Let's kill Hitler.
it's,
I'm not surprised.
There it is. That's the
Do
reaction.
you,
I
do
was
you
waiting
have the
for.
what if version if they didn't stop Hitler?
I do not. I do have the upcoming with the news today of John Malkovich being in Fantastic Four and everybody theorizing who he's going to be. I do have the puppet master, the Johnny
yes.
Elisha. You must marry the matchstick, not the boulder. This is issue
Daddy.
number 300. We have
Don
this.
Carnage?
Don Carnage. This is GI Combat from the New 52 from
Whoa.
Gray and Palmiotti. Dinosaurs. And then we have some more Brian Reed Miss Marvel.
Mm.
I like that cover a lot. This one's pretty good too. This is through the Dark Reign storytelling. Got some Rebirth Superman.
That was a neat story.
Tomasi and Gleason.
Tomasi.
Going back, we got some more Fantastic Four. I like the sideways on this one. That's really cool. That is issue number, what is that? 252. And then Vinkman, I don't know. I think the only reason I got this is because you weren't there. This is Moon Knight number 1.
I've got that one. How much did you pay for that?
I paid.
Wait, hold on.
$6.
That's facsimile, Jeff.
It's a facsimile.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
facsimile. You can see it.
I already own it.
The
I
original or the facsimile?
I have the original. I have number 1.
Oh,
Not sure if I
nice.
have the original. I was going. I might somewhere in the box, but
This
But
is
you have the
facsimile
facsimile.
also.
Yeah.
This is where Iron Man and Hawkeye meet. Also featuring Black Widow.
paying $8 for a facsimile
Hey, I was helping a friend
when
out.
it's $4 at the shop.
Also got the Werewolf by Night.
Wow.
Also
That's a
featuring
couple
Moon Knight.
of bucks if it's a first printing. That's not
That-
obviously not.
No, it's not. It's also a facsimile. But even the facsimiles are hard to find though. For some of those.
Because
So-
speculators.
Yeah, it's
Captain
weird.
America.
The first the facsimile of Tomb of Dracula 10 is worth money.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
I mean,
I have the
Which one? The current facsimile or the one before? Did they do a reprint of it?
I don't remember.
it's Bob Ross. He's out of control.
Terry,
I thought that
no!
was Terry.
Yeah, that was Terry.
It does look like Terry. Or it looks like, or it could be the old the classic Wolfman.
Oh my
Look at
God!
that.
It's Clint Barton in the Mark Russell book.
It does look like Terry though.
Got another issue for the What If collection. What if
Nice.
Thor and the Avengers battled the gods? Very cool.
What if Hawkeye was a girl?
Look at the corner box heads. I love them.
It's Simmons.
Some more Fantastic Four. Reintroducing the sensational Black Panther. This is when it was Crystal and Sharon Ventura were on the team.
Look, he's a cat and he's in a tree.
Also, can you guess who this woman is?
I think it's Alicia's. No.
No.
It's Ben's hot aunt that everyone wants
It's
to
Peggy MacArthur, American housewife. It says so literally right there.
Yeah. But Ronnie's having PTSD from the Teen Titans reading.
Why? Do you have something I said?
No, because I read as Terry.
Oh, that would be the voice for Terry.
How's it going, Donna?
Miss Marvel versus the She-Hulk. That's kind of cool.
I thought literally when I saw that, before I knew that, I thought Ben got gender swapped somehow.
No, so there was another Miss Marvel.
I understand it.
Okay. I'm letting you know. I'm explaining.
I know. I already know though. I'm just
Okay.
saying when I first saw that, I originally the first time around about 10 years ago, I thought the thing was actually now she thing.
Zach, are you sunsplaining?
I was trying to. He interrupted me.
I have seniority.
The Thing versus
Yeah.
Ultron, seniority. Please, if there's one thing I've learned, having a brother and sister, being the oldest, seniority is not
Look
always
at how
right.
much I've aged since you started, Zach.
I'm sorry. This is what it feels like to be you sometimes.
Well, actually, it feels great to be me.
That's But pull that, show that one up there again.
This one?
Yeah, that was one of the books that.
This is the one, isn't it? Where the little kid is inspired by him?
Yeah, and then lights himself on fire.
Yep.
But this is also one of the last straws that is why Byrne, left Marvel altogether when he went to DC. Because he got sick of shooters, propensity to. Everybody had to fit the Beyonder into their story one month.
Oh yeah, because it is.
Now Byrne found a very good way to do it, and that ended up being that's probably the single best Secret Wars tie-in.
Okay.
And one of his better individual issues.
Right on. Yeah, I know. I've gone through and I've heard about that story over and over. Now I actually have the issue. I also have this one right here. This is 332.
You know what Reed's saying?
No.
Don't make me tell you twice.
I wanted my sandwich, I said. And then finally, the final single issue I have here. This is fantastic.
Finally,
Rocky thing, which I didn't care for that much. Now it's growing on me. This Rocky transformation. Extra Rocky.
I never liked the armadillo thing.
The armadillo. Now that's the single issues. Y'all bear with me. I have 3 more books.
Well, we're riveted.
Okay.
Shout out to the 2 people, or now 1 person on Twitch that was watching.
Is that Glenzer? Is that Glenzer that watches on Twitch?
It was Glenzer and someone else was on Twitch.
Oh, nice. We got Batman Road to No Man's Land, Volume 1. This is from E's auction. So it's a pretty thick one. And because I have No Man's Land.
Do you have Cataclysm yet?
Yes, I do.
Do I have Cataclysm? I don't think so.
Because you definitely need Cataclysm.
No,
first.
I have Road to No Man's Land, and then I have volumes 1 through 5 of No Man's Land. I do not have Cataclysm.
There's 2. Well, okay. When I got it, there was 4 No Man's Lands. There's Cataclysm 2, Road 2s, and then 4 No Man's Land.
Let me check my volume 1 right here.
Hey, there's the hat. There's the hat. There's the hat.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. You bunch of crazies. Seeing they don't. Oh, okay. Here we go. Batman No Man's Land 1, Batman 563 through 564, Shadow of the Bat 83 through 84, Detective Comics. Nothing about Cataclysm.
Oh no, well, Cataclysm is its own.
Oh, was that the event?
Yeah, well, it's the earthquake itself.
Oh, okay, gotcha. No, this is after, because it says after the earth shattered and the building. Yeah, so I need to get
the stories in Cataclysm. It's like I said, when one of the reasons why Final Night was so good was you actually got cold reading some of those issues.
Oh wow!
Because do you remember that event?
Yeah, I got a bunch of. I got almost the whole collection from East Auction.
Well, I recommend you turn your heater up.
The Cataclysm. I mean, you felt like you were in that earthquake, and we've gone back and forth before that. The problem with these events, especially bad events, where was the rest of the Justice League?
Right.
One sentence would have said, and if the other heroes weren't off Earth, we could have taken care of this.
Yeah.
Because because the one thing I respected about Tom King's Batman run was he was the first person to call the Justice League into a Batman story. In an issue of Batman.
You know what would make better? Because the whole problem with the fact that Justice League should have been there helping out is there's in a world where there was no Justice League.
I do recall one issue of No Man's Land, and I can't remember where it is, but there was an issue where Superman showed up and was trying to help, and I think it was Mr. Freeze that was the villain of the story.
Well, actually, also there was I remember reading it. There was some sort of a government thing. They're saying that because there was No Man's Land that was shut off, and there was sanctions, and they wouldn't do it.
That happened, but that was after Cataclysm. I said, Green Lantern, Superman could have come in and minimized civilian deaths.
Yeah,
but I said, just all they had to do was say, if only the rest of the Justice League hadn't been off world,
right?
And that because that's at least those early issues, and that's the problem with comics. I mean, it would have. because the idea was a bunch of people without actual powers having to deal with this. There's a Nightwing issue that the whole thing is basically a lady trapped in a car that's
French.
And it's incredible drama. And if you just put it out of your head that this is a world with Superman, Green Lantern, et cetera, it's if you forget all that, Cataclysm is an unbelievable.
That is my standoff from Cataclysm. It was the whole Nightwing story is that she's trapped the little girl and her mom are in the car in the trench, and then it starts closing up, and then she's like, "This save my daughter," but he gets the mom out too at the very end too as well. I love it. It's just the tense of it. It was got good dick back then, bro. We got good dick. Now we get bad dick from Tom.
Were you just sitting on that for like the whole past 5
I'm not
minutes?
sitting.
No,
I don't sit on any dick, bro.
No, he can't. Any chance he has to get that dick in his hand into his mouth and out to the rest of us, he's on it.
Oh gosh. Okay, next.
That's a hard fact to swallow.
I don't like this at all. But okay. I got the nostalgia bug earlier this week. I was watching X-Men 97 and it got me, man, I know RDV saw it. But I went to my LCS and I just saw this on the shelf. This is X-Men Blue. This is some 90s X-Men here.
Yep.
And this is when I first got into Marvel. This was some of the X-Men I was seeing advertisements for. This is with Chris Bacalo doing the art, which I mean you could tell that's very stylized X-Men. And the blue team was the one that I always had more interest in because it was like the original team. Gold team was also pretty good, but so I picked up this. This is Volume 1. This is Reunion.
It is kind of weird in the X-Men animated universe. There is no Iceman.
I thought they had him in several episodes, but he was more of a guest star, not a mainstay.
He did not show up in any of the cartoon, the original 90s cartoon.
Did he not?
Angel did. Angel became.
Angel did. Colossus did. Nightcrawler did.
Yeah.
Did Iceman really not?
Yeah, Iceman was not. He was too busy checking out dudes.
Wow, I think he was dating Mystique somewhere around this time. Maybe a little after this.
Dead on Arrival. I love that movie with Meg Ryan.
Ooh, nice.
Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid. I love that movie.
Nice imitation there. But yeah, so I got this. Gonna be reading through that, and then finally, I know y'all were just waiting for me to end.
So you didn't get gold or red?
I did not get gold. Oh, you couldn't pay me enough.
You want every color, right?
No, I want gold and blue from the 90s. I don't even want the new gold, because the new gold is the one where like Kitty Pryde, they gave her like the shortcut haircut.
But I have that first issue, the one with the
short haircut, Kitty Pryde, where she's
also the one with that stupid, she's hiding in front of the jewelry store sign where and they have the Quran stuff written in there.
Oh yeah,
I have that issue.
I remember that issue. No, this is a much better book, and it keeps up with some of the older back issues I showed off. It's the same team. I've been wanting this for a while. This is Jonathan Hickman, who can do no wrong. Fantastic Four. This is the second volume. I had the first one. This completes the collection. It's from Hickman. You got Steve Epting on there. Nick Dragotta's got issues in here. Ryan Stegman. This is my personal goat of Fantastic Four is in this.
You got it because Spider-Man's in the book.
No, of course not. I got it just because of the Fantastic. I don't get a Fantastic Four story just because it has Spider-Man in it. That's a bonus.
That was the whole point. That was the whole point of that book is having Spider-Man replace Johnny because nobody cared about Johnny anymore.
Johnny came back.
Johnny number 5.
No, this is the Fantastic story. If you only read one story from Jonathan Hickman in Marvel, this should be it. If you read a second one, I'd recommend Secret Warriors. But this was great. I got this for like $50. So,
do you have the individual issues?
I have most of them. I do have the issue. I have the Death of the Human Torch issue, which is like the big valuable one. It's in a poly bag actually still. And I've got a few other ones. I've got some of the Future Foundation. Skip actually sent me some of the Future Foundation issues, which was the little spinoff that was going on, like the little school that Reed had going.
Yeah.
That his daughter was in. I've got some issues of those. And and I do have. I don't have a lot of them, but I do have probably 5 or 6 of the regular Fantastic Fours. So, but this and the other collection back here I have them all now. So, because this collects both the Fantastic Four and the Future Foundation series. So, and it leads into like there are seeds in here that lay the groundwork for like Secret Wars when Hickman wrote Secret Wars in 2015, and some stuff that even goes into like the Illuminati New Avengers run. Like some stuff from here transfers over into that. So
I just wanted to show you there, Zach.
yes, nice,
First printing.
nice, very cool.
I wanted it in an auction. I was the only one who bid. I actually had the original one from this. Huh?
Wasn't I Love Comics? Because that sounds like a common theme.
Bosco's.
Bosco's. Okay.
That's my shop. $90.
Right on.
Oh, and one thing that I got Tuesday, not really, sort of comic related or adjacent.
Mm-hmm. The Crow.
4K.
Oh, I saw that one of my shops had one of the early Crow books
Yes.
on the wall.
Yes, but this is the 4K steelbook.
Hey, wait. We found it.
So if I were to say, where the fuck is 4K? You could say it's right here.
Right here.
I mean, I'm just totally mind blown about that.
Who the
It's Beckman playing with his deep fakes.
Who's that?
That's Breen as a boy.
That's
When
Breen is
I
that
was
little
a
kid
boy.
from what is it, The Shining?
Yeah, Breen was in The Shining. His dad tried to kill him with an axe.
Yep.
Do you know that
He
line?
had an axe to grind.
You know that line, "Here's Johnny," was improvised, and all the director had no idea who Johnny Carson was.
Wait, hold on. Jackson's still around barely. What can we do to push you away, Jackson?
Aw.
But that's it for you, Zach?
That's it. I'm finally done. I don't know who was keeping track of time.
Finally.
That might be the biggest week I've ever had on here.
Zach's
Stuff to show
finally
off.
done.
Hey, you got a new one.
Yep.
I'm proud. You finally got a new GIF. Instead of recycling the same one or two over and over. Yep, see like that one. That's exactly what. That's my point.
Yeah.
You've just proven my point for me.
Well, you be a jerk to me. I'm gonna give you the jerk stuff back to you.
I can't believe he turned heel again.
All right, I know Zach always turning heel.
Always. That's me.
He was nice. They turned heel.
Just showed off all my good books, and that's how I get treated. Yep.
Wow.
What's the wow for?
No wonder you don't have a woman, because you are the woman.
Wait a
Excuse
second.
you?
Wait a minute, you're still dating that one, the new one, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going out Saturday. We're gonna go see that new World War II, the Alan Richson movie. But a bunch of Nazis get killed.
Is
so
she
it balances
picking you
out.
up in her car and then driving you
Picking her
and
up
paying
at
for your
mine.
date?
No,
I'm
she's
picking her
Are they
up
getting
at
a box of
mine.
chocolates so you're not so salty?
No. What are you talking about? I do all the driving.
You just complain. Oh, I saw the books. This respect I get.
Wait a second. You're not supposed to do the driving. You're a man. You're supposed
Yeah.
to sit in the passenger seat. Yeah, like a little bitch. And
Exactly. That's why I'm not.
No, you sit in the back and pretend it's a cab, an Uber.
no, you see that commercial where the family's going up to like that Viking retreat, and he looks like a barbarian, but he's sitting in the passenger seat going.
I know exactly the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That was my ex. She used to want to drive everywhere.
How did you survive?
Dude, I'm when I tell you I gripped the little handle thing that they have, and I was like, you know how like driving instructors have that second set of brakes on the driving side of the car or on the passenger side? Like I used to pretend one was there. I'd be like, where's the brakes on this thing?
Don't they call that the self-deleting handle? You know, because they can't use the other word.
I don't know if they call it that or not.
Don't you remember those cars? The doors would come off all the time.
I didn't know it was called that. I just used to hang on because she sped a lot. She's like, I've never been in a wreck. She was in 3 wrecks all the time we knew each other.
She's never
not her, not at fault, but she was in 3 wrecks.
I've never been in a wreck. Everyone else is in a wreck because of what do you mean?
Yeah. So,
I mean, it's an achievement if you can drive your car and get onto the 14th level of a building window.
Is that something that's happened to you?
I never drove.
Yeah, you heard her. Be nice to Jackson.
We will, right up to the point he's gone.
Because she gives us cookies? I don't know.
You know the great thing about this channel is that Jackson can be timed out if you have his lip. Breen has the power.
Because he's like He-Man?
She has the power.
No, only for 30 seconds, though.
That's all you need.
Maybe you. I prefer going longer for my woman, not 30 seconds.
Want to hear this? I don't want to hear that. No.
Zach, I'll go into great detail for you, just for you.
This will
yeah.
Stick a fork in me. I'm done. Hey, but look, it's the Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
What you want to have happen to you on a Saturday night is none of our business.
I just want to go to the movie. That's all I want to do.
The movie.
Movie, yeah.
Oh my god. I wonder what CBR has to say today. What special news do they have?
Probably something about X-Men, something about Doctor Who, something about I don't even know what else.
Dragon Ball Z pulled up the greatest retcon in anime history.
Don't care.
Let's see here.
The new X-Men episode was really good, though.
Escape from New York reboot gets unfortunate update. Well,
oh, God, why do they keep messing with such classics? They're doing Highlander and this one don't.
What are you talking about?
I said gets unfortunate update. Means they probably canceled it.
Good.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Escape from New York. We're going to do a reboot.
Is that the Kurt Russell movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the greatest
the Solid Snake story.
It is a Solid Snake.
It is. It's Snake Plissken. Yeah.
I know. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. But great news, Zach. Law and Order is going over the Peacock.
Nobody cares about Law.
Nobody's cared about Law and Order. It's probably going to be off of Channel 4.
Nobody's cared about Law and Order.
Or NBC, whatever you guys have it on there.
Frasier 2, the reboot, getting a season 2 is more exciting than Law and Order.
Jacob Batalon, the fat kid who played Ned, it addresses a potential Spider-Man 4 return and Hobgoblin rumors.
No, that's just a piece of fan art.
Can you imagine if he becomes a Hobgoblin?
I saw that. It's just fan art.
You never know, Zach.
That's not true. I think I can know. I like the way they did the little corner. It's not floating heads, but they do the little heads and stuff up here in the corner of X-Men. It's like a little picture up there. That's kind of cool. Also, I'm sorry, X-Men 97 fans. This is the best look for Rogue. Not with the jacket over the jumpsuit. This is the best Rogue, in my opinion.
Jodie Whittaker shared advice to Nakuti Gatwa on casting backlash.
Can I tell you?
Basically, the girl who is the most hated Doctor Who version gives advice to the person that's succeeding her.
Can I tell you how little I care?
Well, for those who do care, go check out Mad Men in a Box. Brand new episode aired last night.
How many of y'all care?
I was there. I belittled them, and then I fell asleep.
No. Hey, do you guys remember when Tim Drake had a bad case of the Stephs?
No.
Apparently,
is that Tim in that bottom right hand corner?
That's Tim running away.
No, who's that? Is that Tim in the last panel?
Tim's on the blonde now.
Tim's the blonde. No, that's.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, those are his hips now.
Oh,
What?
May 14th. The new Batman animated series is
Oh yeah, the Ed Brubaker one.
They're gonna have a inaugural upfront. Basically, they're gonna have an inaugural upfront presentation of Prime Video on May 14th, and it's described as spiritual successor to Batman animated series will debut on Thursday, August 1st on Prime Video.
Sweet.
Looks pretty good. Excuse me.
Is James Gordon black?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Unless it's Lucius Fox.
Could be Lucius. Excuse me.
It looks like Well, Catwoman's in her black or purple costume, the original Golden Age.
Yeah.
And so is he.
I think it's supposed to be set in the 40s. Is what I keep reading.
Wow. But I hope that's the mayor. But then again,
speaking of 40s, when's the new Batman comic coming out? Is that next week?
So I think he is.
That's a good question.
I think
oversized.
First night.
So it kind of looks like they race swapped Commissioner Gordon. This cartoon.
Well, Commissioner Gordon's never white anymore.
Yeah,
he's been black in the last 2 movies. He's black now.
So this basically looks like it looks like they just took Batman First Night and they're going with that, but they're going woke instead. But who knows?
You said they are going woke?
Then possibly. I mean, if they're race swapping already, it's hard to tell. But I mean,
race swap doesn't mean the story is going to be woke. It's Ed Brubaker writing. Ed Brubaker doesn't write woke.
Well,
he can though.
Where?
Kill or Be Killed. He got a little TDS.
Did he?
Through, but
oh, did he? Oh, okay.
Not much, but a little. Enough to keep me from buying the series.
You guys can check out the link I'm looking at right now. The article will be posted right there in the chat. If you want to check out the article I'm reading. But he does look black in that. So I mean, obviously, I think it's like if you're just
could also be misdirect too.
Even if you're not going woke, even if you're not doing that, what is the point then?
It could.
If he's gonna be James Gordon, why are you race swapping? Why can't he just stay white?
Is he wearing a badge that says Gordon? He could be Commissioner Loeb. He could be before Gordon.
Well, Loeb in year 1 was white in the comic.
And the article focuses on Clayface, Harley Quinn, Catwoman, Bruce Wayne, and Jim Gordon. Commissioner Jim Gordon, it says here. Take a look at the photos below, including Commissioner Jim Gordon. My thing is like, even say you're not gonna all you're gonna do is race swap, but you're not gonna change anything else. It's gonna be faithful to the comic books, but you're just changing the race. Why
do it? Yeah.
Yeah. What's the point?
Hey, did you see what McGrath wrote? He says that X-Men.
Iceman did appear in the X-Men series. What episode and what season?
I was not wrong. Thank you, Mark.
So, Zach, I'm sorry, Zach. I'm turning 39, and I watched that show back in 96, 95.
I'll actually do a quick look up here for you.
Yeah, I don't remember him being a big character. If he did pop,
he was. It was a guest appearance.
He's like a hot second, probably. Like
5 episodes.
5.
5.
Wow.
Days of Future Past, Part 1. Cold Comfort. That seems pretty obvious. Proteus, Part 1. Sanctuary, Part 1. And Xavier Remembers.
Like, did he have was he just there in action scenes, or did he actually have dialogue?
He looks like he had dialogue. They show him not frosted up.
That's probably why I recognize him if he's not frosted up.
Yeah, and he was also in an episode of Family Guy.
Also, his girlfriend was Lorna Dane, aka Polaris. Oh yeah, Mark McGrath beat me to it. Talk about her.
So
maybe that's why he didn't show up in the reboot, because they didn't want to have straight Iceman.
Well, no, they gotta get Morph. They don't need him. And Morph's not even freaking gay.
Morph is just
there's no signs of him being gay at all. He doesn't flirt with anybody. If anything, he's asexual and just changes. They use him as a way to basically have different characters that are in the show appear.
Rogue did call him by the they them pronoun in this last episode.
I didn't catch it whatsoever, because it might have been it's been a hot second, because there was so much going on with Magneto and everything else.
There was a lot going on. That's true.
Yeah. No, but
Apparently, Bobby did not get along with a lot of people.
Were we listing pronouns in 1997?
No.
I don't think we were.
I don't recall doing that, but
The only,
Rogue
the only
swore
things that
them.
listed pronouns were in English books and dictionaries.
Rogue was like, Morph was on the team for 30
There were
minutes
those.
before-
There were those that liked Mad Dog Times. That was though we called them them. You know, those people. You know.
Okay, Zach.
Yes. Okay. Rogue was like, Morph was
Good,
on
Zach.
the team for 30 minutes before we threw them to the wolves. Talking about Morph. So that's like the one instance. Other than that, though, there's no like Morph and Wolverine or having steamy hookups or whatever. There was none of that.
I just think of all the things that we're supposed to capitulate to now, pronouns are the dumbest. They really are.
That's true.
I said, you tell me anybody, find one person obsessed with their pronouns that aren't miserable.
Or
Find me
narcissists.
one.
My new pronoun is rich. I'm just identify as being rich.
I would love to identify as being rich.
You can identify as being rich. That just doesn't necessarily mean that
It doesn't
you are.
make you. It doesn't
How
make you.
dare
rich.
you?
Exactly.
That is very
But I'm saying if that's important, if that's so
negative
important to you,
assume that I'm not rich because I identify as rich.
that you have to correct anybody that doesn't play along. Yeah, those people are miserable. I mean, to a they them, they're miserable.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
They're miserable.
Not wrong.
And the problem is they don't see it.
Also,
Because they're-
George was-
It's interesting to be completely narcissistic and completely miserable at the same time.
Mm.
That's tough to do.
Oh, Polaris leaves Iceman to go be with Havoc. So Havoc was in here too.
Well, what is this from?
This is from X-Men, the animated series. Back
Okay, so I was saying because in the
Oh.
comics, I don't think Bobby ever really got anywhere with Lorna.
I don't
He
think
was
so.
pretty
either.
much with Alex from the get-go. But like I said, it wasn't for lack of trying.
He was
Bobby
with Kitty Pryde right before they turned him
Oh.
gay. He was with Kitty Pryde.
They also casted Galactus in the new movie too.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah.
Innocent.
Yeah.
So is he just going to do the voice of the Cloud?
That's what my brother was saying. He's like, watch them make him a cloud again. The Black Panther was in this series. What? It's kind of cool.
Was that a season 5?
This was what the one 1995. No, this one was season 4. Season 4.
See, I don't remember like those guys even popping up. I mean, they're probably in there for like a hot, brief second, and then
Yeah, Black Panther was more like a brief second. It wasn't like a speaking role. He was like in the background. I'm just breezing through the synopses of these. I tell you, I like the show, but the animation is weird. I like the animation of the reboot a lot better.
Well, the series finale of Young Sheldon is next week.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it. I was watching Young Sheldon for a while. I actually liked it more than Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory was
Oh my
obnoxious.
gosh, the world almost ended. They almost dubbed American accents for the U.S. audiences for the show Bluey. For those who know what that is, that's a cartoon dog show family.
Is that Blue's Clues?
No, it's called Bluey.
You know what surprised me about Young Sheldon?
What's that?
That it lasted as long as it did without laugh tracks to tell a CBS audience when they were supposed to laugh. Because that was a single camera show.
Yeah.
And I said that's I guess, but since they had the built-in Big Bang recognition, maybe they didn't know when to laugh, but they knew they were supposed to laugh at some point. So
Yeah.
maybe they were off by a line here and there, but
Yeah. It was all right. I just hate how it kind of like just opened like, oh yeah, let's introduce nerd culture to everybody. Now everybody wants to be a nerd because it's cool, and that just kind of everything just kind of.
So Godzilla -1, they were everybody's waiting for them to release it. It came out last year. They wanted them to release it for the United States on Blu-ray. They just released it on May 1st. Was the Japan was finally getting their DVD Blu-ray stuff, but the people in the US have been wanting it. They're not used to waiting for it because it hasn't been available for streaming at all or anywhere. So what happened was that it got leaked, and it's now the #1 movie being pirated right now in
Yeah,
the world.
I saw that. I saw that a few days ago.
Yeah. Because we live where everybody has to have something instantly now. Remember, it used to be 3 months before you get a movie. Now,
Oh yeah, between a theater and being at Blockbuster or something.
yeah. So I thought that was kind of interesting because my Adventures with Superman, I think it's what's called.
My Adventures with Superman. Yeah, this guy's
It's getting a second season.
Yeah, apparently it was a lot of people.
I mean, I gotta say that show was a lot better than Velma, but that's not a stretch.
I mean, that's not a high bar to clear.
But Velma, what I've been hearing of that stupid show is the fact that she died at the end of the series.
I heard that Shaggy killed her, or Scrappy, not Shaggy,
Scrappy, and everybody's been cheering for, and just saying Scrappy is the best.
Everybody hated Scrappy for years, and now Scrappy is a hero.
He finally redeemed himself by killing the one we hate the most. I
Mindy
mean,
Kaling.
Her character.
Well, it's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I mean, though, I never knew that that Shaggy was racist, though.
I thought he was just a stoner.
Yeah.
Right. There's a guy on YouTube who does these I forgot what his name is. It's like Solid J or something like that. But he takes old cartoons and basically dubs over them. Like he just recently did Scooby Doo one, and they're like, and Velma is like, is like, we need someone to bait the monster. Shaggy, you do it. He's like, hold up, no. He's like, and Velma's like, for Scooby, he's like, bitch, do I look like I want to eat dog food?
Did you see the one where they had her tied the redhead tied up, and he was talking about putting her panties in her mouth?
Yeah. Yeah. Velma's always like, in the redub version, she's always making fun of Fred's traps. He's like, none of your traps work. And he's like, and Fred's like, why are you here again? You obviously just sit around and do nothing while the rest of us get chased by monsters. No. But like I said, I like it. He also makes fun of the Super Friends. He did a Columbo one. He made fun of Columbo.
Just one more thing.
People are being shot. You see a guy goes up and shoots 2 people, and Columbo's like, gee, I wonder who the murderer is. And he goes and finds the clues, and the guy's like, are you freaking kidding me? He shot me. You saw him shot me. He's like, but wait, what does this have to do with his mother, who he was staying with? Did she happen to know? It's like, the gun. And it's just like 15 minutes later, the guy's just dead.
He's dead, Jim. He's dead.
I just love it when people make fun of kind of things you're not supposed to put logic into. Which is several Hollywood movies. You're not supposed to put logic into it.
No, it's supposed to be escapism.
Yes. And also talking about escapism, tomorrow night, the Geeky Puppet Show, we'll be reading 2 more books, escaping into the world of comics from the Silver Age. And possibly the Bronze Age as well. But Zach won't be joining us. Zach is busy on Friday nights.
Yeah.
Zach not doing any readings?
No, Zach does do readings. Zach does Monday nights. He does the Disney readings on Monday nights.
Right. They're actually, I do find them a little bit more enjoyable to read.
There are, for those of you who can't be here on say Fridays and Sundays, we started doing Saturdays, and then Mondays, Marani and the girls, the Lister sisters, joined me and Zach, and we do some Disney stuff. We did Darkwing Duck, DuckTales for the past couple months. Did 2 Tailspins. There'll be some more Darkwing Duck, and maybe some more Chip and Dale. I mean, those early '90s before Disney imploded on itself.
Yeah, when all their advertisements for comic books were like the next big thing.
The Dick Tracy books being advertised through Disney back in 1991.
So you guys were talking about Scooby-Doo, so I looked up the Scooby-Doo original series.
Yeah.
The first issue is worth thousands. like
Well,
plural.
Yeah, because I imagine. Even though he's a dog that nobody liked.
No, but it's
No, that's crap. No one
1970, and it's Comic Book Realm has it listed for over 5.
All right, little trivia question: who does the voice for Shaggy in the animated ones?
The
Really?
old ones wasn't it Casey Kasem?
It was
Yep.
Casey
It's
Kasem.
Casey
Yep.
Kasem, yeah.
He did it up until right around the time he died, I think.
Man, I wish I'd. No wonder I never see any Scooby Doo's. Well, Comic Book Realm has all of them. The cheapest one being like $150.
So
I've seen them for a lot less than that, but I don't see a whole lot of
when
them.
I'm scheduling the books and I need a synopsis of the thing, I usually will check my comic shop because sometimes they actually have better synopsis right up. But the problem is that if they're not selling the book, it's not for sale. There's no the issue's not there. It's like I'm like no.
Sometimes there are.
But I always find it weird when I'm looking for a book and then it's like that issue is not there because it's not available. Because I use them as a database. I like them as that for just for looking up and just seeing who the writer is and who the artist is and the short synopsis. My comic shop was really cool. I don't really like going to Comic Vine because Comic Vine, you'll show you the cover.
Comic Vine's been around for so long.
But Comic Vine will show you the cover of an issue, but not tell you who wrote it.
Yep.
Like a synopsis.
Give you any information, yeah.
It's like if you're adding the comic book cover, you can at least put the effort in putting in the information in there.
Oh my gosh, why is the background all white on Comic Vine? It used to be like on dark mode.
Well, that was for you.
It hurts my eyes. Oh my gosh.
One of their famous comic book characters did Casey Kasem also voice.
Didn't he voice Scrappy?
No,
that's what we said, wasn't it?
I thought we were talking about Shaggy.
He did.
Oh,
he did. Shaggy, but
I say Miranda was it one of the the Justice League characters in Super Friends?
Yes.
Superman.
No.
Don't Google it, Zach.
I didn't Google it. I Wikipedia'd it.
She said no Google searches.
I didn't Google. I Wikipedia'd. And his name
is known for its accuracy, right?
His name has come up several times tonight. That's all I'll say. Y'all do the guesswork.
Wait. Was
Green
Shazam?
Lantern.
Nope.
Shazam.
Nope.
Flash.
Nope.
Batman.
Nope.
Zatanna.
No.
Wait. Was it Robin?
Yes.
Oh,
It was
wow.
Robin.
Yeah.
Dick Grayson.
Yep,
What a little prevert.
Yeah, preverts.
Oh, kids, if you guys are going to keep going, I'm going to bow out.
We're going to end up right here. We don't want to go another 3
I
hours.
got to do a little bit more work for bed.
I could go watch the Lord of the Rings movie.
Oh, good God. We should probably keep this going to save you. But you know what I'm going to watch?
What's that?
Look, it's a platypus.
Bury the platypus.
I started with this episode 1. I'm working my way through them again.
Nice.
What is it?
Phineas and Ferb.
Greatest cartoon of all time.
It's a great cartoon. I've been going through the old Justice League, the animated series. I have it on my monitor here when I'm working through the day. I'm up to the... I just finished the one with Despero, where John Stewart and them go off into space and there's Kilowog. Okay. Yeah, I just finished that today.
I keep you said Justice League, and my mind went to Super Friends.
No. Like I just did there was the whole Dr. Destiny story where everyone's falling asleep and they're all dude. Dr. Destiny was a creepy mother. Like good night. That was nightmare fuel. 5-year-old me had seen that, I'd be scarred.
I mean, and now you know where Pixel get his energy from to be a villain.
He had fingers. That was the thing. He had fingers. He had claw fingers.
I know.
It makes sense now. Although he's a lot more top heavy than Pixel.
Wasn't his downfall? They found out because his wife.
His girlfriend left him while he was in prison, but his downfall was Batman. I mean, because that's just how it rolls. But yeah.
All right, tonight's stream was brought to you by Pringles.
Yeah.
If you're not getting the party snack, you're not going to be bursting with flavor later on.
I'm sure that's what his toilet's gonna say. Bursting with flavor.
Zach, what color is your toilet? I bet it's white.
Is it yours?
No, mine's blue. Mine's from the 50s.
You should get yours to see a therapist.
There's got to be a better way.
Give him a better toilet. Then it was gonna be black.
Just in life, there's got to be a better way.
Have you ever seen a black toilet? I've never seen a black toilet. I bet it'd probably be really easy to maintain. Like you don't have to clean it every weekend.
Zach, when he goes to Home Depot, he just blocks out his memory. Oh, I saw one. Oh, forget.
Oh, by the way, Zach.
And that's anything to do, Zach, too.
I heard you earlier say that something about a reference to Saturday morning in the Comics Aficionados.
Yes,
you should be taking that time to get educated on classic comics stuff, on comic book memories.
I was just gonna leave in the chat Aaron Sparrow that he's more of a Negatron than an Optimus.
Well, okay, you can do that, but then check out
how you pronounce that.
Then jump over to the
because like I said, you can always catch the aficionados on replay, because if you're not paying them, your chats don't get noticed anyway.
That's true.
So it's true. You're not missing out on anything.
I will say this: there is only one way to get your chat read by him, and is it if you're under the Geeky Puppet Show and put it on in the panel.
Well,
the very few ways to do it. But I gotta say this though: Wes does heart my comments on his normal stuff. So
he does mine too. Wes notices my stuff on Twitter,
and I gotta say that is kind of cool because he has all these people, so he doesn't get time to read it. I don't know if he just goes down the line and just
on his videos he does.
So if he
skims them,
but I'm just saying, getting a notification like that, and I do that to people here. I do read your guys' comments, and I do a little like them with a heart, because I want you to know that you guys leaving comments on the channel, I do read them. I do may not always respond, but I do like you guys are still live. Well, one of us, or actually three of us, are still live. One of them is pushing 63 now.
Fuck off.
That's only 8 years for me, man. Oh.
Well, 8 years? Oh, I got you beat by that. Me and Zach are like, wait from that.
You meant my brother or whatever.
We're not your brother.
No, I'm talking.
You and Breen are family? Now I see the resemblance.
No, it's what you're saying. Wes is a good guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's what I said. For a guy who has a lot of subscribers, he actually takes the time and actually read comments. He might not do it when he's live because it zips by, but he does take the chance. You can leave a comment on his video. Sometimes he will respond, and a lot of times he'll just heart it.
I had to put up with him getting more arrogant by the subscriber as he was on his way up.
I know.
But all of those that contributed to that had to put up with that.
I do feel bad for Breen, so I'll join him in age. Now I'm your age, bro. Now
that looks like Edwin Boyette.
A little bit.
I have no idea who that Edwin Boyette is.
He's the guy that used to do a lot of stuff with us. He back in the Move the Needle days, like 5 or 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. But now I think he just does what Lord of the Rings readings type.
Lord of the Rings, Tarzan, Edgar Rice Burroughs stuff. He actually DMs the Dungeons and Dragons games that I normally do.
Now if I put the shades on, I'll be the great legend.
And so Jeff, when we were doing the Move the Needle, I fired off a salty comment about something, and Edwin defended me, saying the company should listen to this young man. And I'm 10 years older than
young man. How long ago was this?
You wouldn't know it at the time. You might not have known to look at us, but yes, I thought that was funny. I finally met him to tell him that. So I'd always gotten the biggest kick out of that.
Yep. Yeah, I'll go read some more Lord of the Rings on my channel tomorrow. I'll read The Hobbit.
Actually, he doesn't do it on his channel anymore. He
doesn't.
No, he got copyright struck.
Well, yeah, if you're just reading it
from Warner Brothers. I think it was Warner Brothers.
Yeah, no, but
could be wrong.
Anyway, I hope you guys had fun. I feel like we've been here forever. Oh,
No.
but
Sorry about that. I told you I had a lot of books this week.
You have nothing to do with why we've been here forever.
but I gotta say
We
though,
don't know how to say goodbye.
I don't say bye. I say hello, hello.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, I do gotta be serious though, real quickly. I do gotta ask this because Zach should love some books. I should love some books. Who had the better books tonight?
Oh gosh, that's not fair because you
Choose, Dad. Choose.
if I had to choose, I'm going to choose you, Venkman, because they're older, and
You had the
I like
romance
the older books.
That's
But
true.
Zach had a couple of those all-star comics they're awesome.
The Baxter Building Fantasy 4 was really cool with
Yeah,
Page
there's a couple of I think if I'm not mistaken, he had the Fantastic Four from December of '75 and then March of '76. April '76.
Zach's trying to show him off and like
I'm trying. I turned them all over as soon as I showed them.
Quick, Dan! Remember?
No. The one that was like 2 issues after your first one. I remember.
Yeah, it was April. Cover date April '76. Those are great. Those are great books.
Yeah.
I mean, Zach had a lot of great stuff tonight too.
My younger brother is learning. I'm
but it's just weird that there's
was this one right? No, I'm just kidding.
There's so many comics out there from so many years.
That's the one.
That it's like some of these books that just seem like yesterday to me are 20 and 30 years old.
Right? It just kills me that there's books out there that are older than I am.
Well, it's just that when I started reading, when I started collecting, a 5-year-old book seemed old as dirt. And I didn't start till I was 13, but that a book from 1970 or a book from 1967 or something. Now it's just, 7-8 years ago it was SJW Marvel. It just doesn't seem like the older I get, it seems like you have to go way, way back. It's like when I realized that a 30-year-old book is Image. Could be an Image title. That's when you realize you've been doing this for a lot of years.
I'll always be a year younger than Ghostbusters movie. it's like, I look at that movies too. It's like, wow, 84 Olympics he saw in the Batman and Outsiders. I was like, yeah,
it's in Los Angeles.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh wow, it's getting close.
All right. But I hope you guys had fun tonight. And if there's anybody in the chat that actually has some books and actually would like to show off some books, let us know down in the comment section down below. Wouldn't mind people coming on and just, we won't go as long. We'll probably go shorter because we have more people. We'll cut Zach's books down to 3 again.
I already cut down to 5. I had 4 tonight. It was an abnormal week.
I only had 3, and one of them was a facsimile.
Yeah.
A Geiger and there wasn't
well, you
an
get your books,
that's every other week. Yeah, but I only bought 2 new books this week, and
you left
I can't remember what the other was.
Your books at the shop, aren't they?
I got all the way out to the store and realized I'd left my wallet at home.
Yeah,
and I had to go out and pay my insurance, but I remembered to take the check, all that information. So I got, and I go,
use checks.
What's that?
You still use checks?
Yeah. A lot of people use checks. Not everybody does online banking. It's not secure.
But I go, okay, do I want to go all the way out there and then worry about getting home and without getting because it's just you don't even give it a second thought until you realize you don't have your wallet with your license on you. Now I'm sure if I had gotten pulled over, my perfect record and blah blah blah, I wouldn't get in trouble. But still, it's like
how far are you from your store though?
Oh, about 7 or 8 miles. But then I had to go another 5 or 6, and I didn't want to go all the way back and then go all the way back out there because gas had just gone up 40 cents a gallon.
My shops are 20 minutes. I did that one time. I was even early. I was like, oh, I got here 10 minutes before they opens up, and I was like, don't have my wallet.
Yeah,
mine's about like 3 blocks. Mine's 3 blocks away.
I got a good parking spot because you park on the side of the road because there is no parking lot. So
I'm looking at getting one of those Justice Society shirts, Trusty.
It was great because I got a nice parking spot. I was right there. I was going to go in. I was like, crap. So what I did is I I asked him, "Can you hold my books? I'll just grab what I need and then I'll be right back." I came back like later on, a couple hours later, but yeah, I was like, oh no, because like the shop opens at 11. He doesn't get many books in the, so much of the new stuff, like especially Walking Dead or remember the Hunter books. So it's like, if you don't get those books within the first minute he opens that door, or two, there's like 6, 7 people already there grabbing what they needed. So if you had 6 books on the shelf, they're gone. For one thing, so it's I was glad to get in there and just get this out.
That's about what we have now. Maybe 6 or 7 people that are there right off the bat on Wednesday. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
In the late 80s, there'd have been 30 people fighting for space on that wall.
Exactly. So the last time I saw
it would last for hours.
Hey, the last time I had 30 people I saw waiting in a line was at the other shop, the bigger box shop. Was if I was waking up. They get over at noon, so I got up at the other one first, and then I go to the one at noon. That was they had the Fortnite through Batman, the Batman Fortnite that story, because he had the free codes. There was 30 people in line.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the comics. It had everything to do with the codes, and that's
exactly.
Yeah, so yeah. Well, I said the industry's toast.
Hey, if you want to say this, if you want everybody coming into Wednesday Warriors, release more Fortnite codes, Marvel.
Well, that doesn't bring in Wednesday Warriors. That brings in parents with their screaming kids.
Well, the thing is, this kid may read the comic or may not read the comic, but if they do read the comic, they might be like, you know what, going to come back and get some more books.
But the point is, you can't get them. You can't get them back with a gimmick. You've got to make the books better.
Well, that's how you get them in the door first. But then you got to continually start doing good books.
And those 30 people that were there to buy Fortnite, I bet you not one bought anything else. And that's, again, like I said, and I'm not saying you don't do stuff like that because every little bit helps. But you've got to, I said, you've got to, okay, you're relaunching the X-Men. It picks up where Krakoa left off. Great. Saladin Ahmed on Wolverine. That's going to sell less than Ben Percy.
Wolverine, his religion is not Saladin Ahmed, which he's going to try and force on Wolverine. He does as a character.
I don't know if he does that. I don't know if he's done that to Daredevil, does he?
Did he do that with Daredevil?
Well, Daredevil, he had a guy talk. His cab driver had to pull over and go pray in the middle of it, and he's like, "Do you mind?" "Oh no, I don't mind."
But he didn't turn Daredevil from
but I mean, but like he has to include that his religion into the book.
That's good.
And that's what it is for me.
Did he do that? He wrote the Iceman series, didn't he?
That's Cena Grace.
Well, Iceman's always
Cena Grace though.
I mean, whether Iceman goes down, he's always going down. So
I thought Saladin Ahmed wrote one of the because Iceman.
If you're okay, you cannot say you want to bring people back to the stores every Wednesday while you're announcing Mark fucking Russell and Saladin Ahmed on your 2 next books. That's what you're actually saying is, please stay home.
Chris Claremont is still alive, y'all. He's writing for y'all. Bring him back.
Chris Claremont has been writing the Wolverine Madripoor Nights.
He's writing a mini-series. Yeah,
it's the same level of quality of writing you got from that original issue, 268.
That guy that said that comics have never been better. Here's the thing: any industry that will hire Danny Lore, but not Chuck Dixon, cannot say that it's better than ever. And I know the response would be, well, he's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a homophobe, and he's a better writer than every DEI hire you ever had put together.
If you would have kept going, I would have dropped the other one to take her than we normally do for E. But you're not in your soapbox tonight.
We're coming up on hour 3 though.
Yeah, I'm done.
My battery is draining.
Chuck Dixon is awesome, by the way.
All right, kids.
The end. You do fancy. Get a fancy.
Have a good night.
See you real soon.